Oh God, I hate white people. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't.
She's just hoping you're high enough all the time that you're like, yeah.
Yo, she constantly mentions that I'm always high. That's all she loves to mention.
Is that why you want to stop smoking?
No.
Yo.
No, the reason I want to stop smoking so much is because it's like I do want to see if I can do what I'm doing sober, and then go back to start smoking and see if smoking is what's going to take it to that next level.
That's how you end up in a month in the exact same spot.
Yeah. You go back to take another step forward.
You're like, holy shit, weed was the secret ingredient all along.
You're going to realize that you were kind of fine without it, though, honestly. Like, you're going to wake up. Most thing for me is like you just wake up not groggy or tired.
This motherfucker been smoking since he was like, what, 13 years old? That's probably not true at all.
How do you know this? Kevin knows me. Yeah. I started smoking like 13, but I started like every day smoking like
we grew up
16,
in the
15. Yeah, I wish. I'm the only guy that
You
wishes.
never don't smoke a day?
It's pretty rare.
Yeah, that's tough to go off for a
It's
month.
pretty rare. Yeah, it's pretty rare. And
You
like,
go on stage, you're going to be like, you can't remember your jokes when you're sober?
It's bad, bro.
I feel like I'm high when I'm sober. That's like the fucked up part. Yeah, like I'm on stage.
That's a win, right?
I'm sober. I'm like, yo, this is wild, man. I turn into.
I get to feel things now.
Look at all these people here, man.
What are you guys doing here?
I'm microdosing on life.
Also, bombing hurts way more sober. Like, you're completely sober, like, it hurts way more to bomb. Like, it's more intense.
No, bombing hurts way more when you're high as fuck.
Really?
I get on stage and I go, stupid idiot, dumb idiot.
You're in your head.
Really?
Dumb high idiot.
Yeah.
You fumble that word, you dumb dummy. If you're sober, you're like, now you get to get high.
If you're drunk, you're like, I actually smashed.
That's yo.
I don't know what's wrong with them, man.
When
Fucking
we
crowd
used to do
sucked.
Broadway all the time, there was a couple nights where like you get nervous and he just starts slamming drinks. I'm like, whether you do good or not, you're never gonna know. Like, he's like, yo, I had a good set. I'm like, you went last.
I had a good time,
You did
bro.
2.5 minutes and you bombed. Somehow I never seen someone bomb a 2.5
Shout out
minute
to
set.
Janice Mercedes.
I've seen him do 2.5 minute sets like at the end of a show. Be like, yo, can I hop on? And you just watch a dude. He'll push all 5 minutes into 2.5 minutes. So he's just
Oh, he's like, yeah, I want to get through it.
Yeah. I didn't ask for 2 minutes. She said, yeah, I'll throw you up at the end and give you 2 minutes. And you're like,
So you
okay,
put-
I'll take it.
Like, that's 9
'Cause I'm a
jokes
PA,
if we
exactly.
rush.
DC, you have your nose ring in.
Yeah.
You put that in. That's new, right?
Yeah,
and I was gonna shit on
a couple
you
months ago. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna really shit on you right now because
Were you?
and then I looked over, and then my skinny white boy over here, boys gang, boys,
Skinny
boys,
white
boys.
boy's making a comeback, dude.
They are. Machine Gun Kelly.
I know.
Fucking Pete Davidson.
You got to get more tattoos, though. You
I'm
started,
trying,
yeah.
I'm trying, dude.
That's the ingredient that you need.
Have you seen my new one?
The thing is, you
I
need
hate
more
that
tattoos,
one.
and I'm not really that skinny anymore.
Every time I see Ryan, I always have
Ryan's
this.
getting more successful, drinking more on the road, eating a little bit more. Those green rooms are
Dude,
getting
I'm just
fuller.
36. Like,
Oh, is that what
yeah, when I was young, it was like, yeah. You
I'm just
do
getting
nothing.
old.
YouTube channel is doing good. Sorry, last fucking. This dude pops up on my recommended
dog.
page very often.
Yo, I got a question for you because I'm a New Yorker, born and raised.
Yeah.
And you're from Canada,
Yeah, Toronto.
Toronto,
The 6.
the 6.
Ew.
You said that. You said that the way.
I'm actually from outside Toronto, too. I just lived there for like
You have a
10 years.
way of asking questions when you do your man on the street stuff. They're just like,
love
that's
it.
the most Canadian way to ask a most fucked up question I've ever seen. And there's the
Yeah.
people who like I know, like when you asked this bitch some shit about Hillary, and I knew she wanted to murder you, bro. Honestly, I thought she was gonna smack you up. And was that some shit you brought? Like you were doing in Canada, you brought it here? Like,
Yeah. I had a TV show like in Canada too, doing that kind of stuff.
MTV, right? Or
No, this was like on a small network.
Okay.
I did stuff on MTV, but like this
Yeah.
was
He was opening for Trailer Park Boys.
I'm open for both of them. I've opened for
God damn it! It was a joke. Not an actual accolade.
Dude, I went on tour with Randy and Leahy like 5 years ago.
shit,
they didn't
Ryan,
film
you're
stand
dope.
up?
I get it, bro.
He
You're dope as
died.
shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Leahy died.
Leahy died.
yeah.
Died
Wow.
a fucking legend, dude.
Yo, that one scene of him like also
Yeah.
pretending to be drunk when he's just like stumbling, legend. He's just
Dude, and
legend.
they basically, so they don't really do stand up. So they started this new
Yeah.
thing where they kind of, a lot of those guys were trying to figure out like, how do we tour this?
Yeah.
And they just go up and like take shots and fucking party and like they bring
Do
people up on the
stunts.
crowd. That's the worst gig. I mean, I guess Bert Kreischer has that too. When you like make a name for yourself, you're like, I'm the shirt off guy.
Yeah.
Because it is like he's like 50, shows up to the place like the Leahy or Randy, right? And then you kind of like, all right, I guess like take my shirt off, and then you go, you go, woo. right?
It's
Isn't
weird.
that
It's a
suck?
weird thing to have. The weird shtick to me, like to have that
It's
as
a tough
comedian.
one to keep having. It's the guys that like the bands that put the makeup on. You're like,
But it's also good
when
for
you're popular, it's as soon as it gets
Right.
like less popular, as soon as there's a dip, it gets sad.
Yeah.
Any little
like
dip,
look at
it
Marilyn
makes it
Manson.
worse.
Like
Right?
Any
Marilyn
little dip.
Manson looks disgusting.
Yeah, anytime Marilyn
Like,
Manson puts
he looks
on
gross,
lipstick,
bro.
I just want to smack the
Yeah,
shit out
bro,
of
he
him,
looks-
yo.
it's not-
so
it's not working no
How do you guys
more.
following Marilyn Manson so close?
I don't-
He's in the press.
Yeah, he's
He's
the press.
Yeah.
He's around
You didn't
Kanye
hear-
looking
you didn't hear-
gross.
Yeah,
He gets Me Too once a month.
he gets Me Too once a month, and then he goes and converts to like Christianity. It's fucking wild,
Yeah,
bro. He
'cause they
starts
allow
singing-
it.
He starts singing. Oh shit, there we go. No, that's Catholics, bro. Chill.
I'm
These
Jewish.
Christians
They're
go.
all the same to me.
But yeah, Marilyn Manson, it is like the hair bands. But he had to go to rehab though for that because his thing was taking his shirt off and drinking a lot. Bert Kreischer. I remember like for the drinking,
Nah,
like
bro,
Right.
Pressure's not in.
There's a
rehab
lot-
at all.
No, no,
Matter
no,
of fact,
he
his
went
name
to-
is the name of his tour is the Relapse Tour, and it's
Yeah,
he's
no,
just-
he's drinking.
I
I
think he
think
drank
that's a
too
big
much.
part of the whole. Even
He's-
afterwards, it's like
he's
you know that
drinking.
he's gonna hang out with you after.
Exactly, and it became.
Well, he
a
says that's
problem
like
from what he's
a
saying.
huge allure of his thing. And also, like, I mean, like we did it when we were in Philly. Like, I think that is a great thing to have with your fans. It's
Fuck
like,
yeah!
hey,
And
by
on
the
top
way,
of that,
guys,
you get a part of the alcohol sales with a lot of these places. So if you're like, "Yo,
Oh,
we're fucking
yeah,
part,"
yeah,
every time you do
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you're just
we're
like,
the drinkers.
Well, you know what's crazy? Bert will be like, he'll go on stage and be like, you guys meet me at this bar.
Yeah.
But he's doing theaters. He's
I
not
wonder
doing
if he
club
goes
shows.
and like
I mean,
gets
we
a
all-
part of that bar's ticket. Like he goes like, "Hey, I'm gonna bring a fucking horde of people here, but
Also-
I want
Yeah.
10% of the bar."
Not to
sales."
toot our own horn, but at the first Doped Up Comedy Show, we did end our night with an address of, hey, if you want to get really fucked up, go to this address. It was a good 2-claw kind of night. It was a
But
good
imagine
grab a
doing
2-claw.
50 shows and part of your act is getting fucked up on stage. Because a lot of comedians don't drink on stage. Like a lot of people don't get fucked up till after the show. He's drinking on stage.
Wait, do you think Bert's
probably
doing
before.
like 3 shows in a night? So like, if you go to like the early shows, you're like, damn
That's
it,
an
damn
insanely
it,
good question.
Yeah.
damn it, I don't get the hang.
Because you're right, he can't fucking rock out that hard if he's doing 3 that night.
Yeah, bro.
Okay,
that's
also if you're
crazy.
doing a weekend, you have
It's one of the two. Or
you
a
have,
third
you have
show's
what,
a
2 of
mess.
those in you? 2 of those. You have
Yeah.
2 rock out with your cock out
I heard
nights.
he's a wild man. I heard that like he could just fucking do. He's not doing it for 3 shows in a row. But that last show, he's partying with these motherfuckers, and he doesn't stop.
Do you party when you go on the road?
I used to when I played in the band before. It would be kind of like halfway. It was kind of be like at the beginning. I'd have 1 or 2, but then like the last half hour, I'd be start getting ripped.
I meant to ask you about that, bro. How was that? Were you in a band before comedy or
Yeah,
like,
when I was like 20.
So really?
Yeah.
Okay, word. Because I seen you post some footage like mad long ago, bro.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. And you were a drummer.
I was the I was the drummer in this band, and then kind of most of the band we had like a drummer, and I just sang in the band.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like I'll tell you what, traveling with like 7 guys, and then like all the equipment and all the stuff. Man, a comedian, you show up with nothing.
Nothing. Yeah. Lazy piece of shit.
Split money one. You're like, this is a way better fucking hustle, that's for sure.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
You're trying to figure out how to pay like 18 people. You're like, oh goddamn.
We had a merch. That's a young man's game way more. So
You're talking about being
I mean,
in
it
the
was
band.
being in a band
Yeah.
fucking awesome when you're as young.
Yeah, I
but
can
I think
imagine.
like as you get older, it's the same thing. Like all that shit gets dark as you get older.
Yeah.
Putting makeup. I'm saying, can you imagine like you're there with your kids are at home and you're on tour and like ticket sales aren't that good. You're half full and you're like, let's put the face paint on.
Fucking Gene
You're at half
Simmons, bro.
capacity. You're like, I guess.
Yeah, dude, you're fucking painting face for half
Yeah.
capacity. You know who I saw?
Also, if the makeup takes more than like 3.5 minutes, you're just sitting there for like 10 minutes
Oh.
in your own head,
That
like,
shit.
God damn it, we're at half sales.
The
I never-
Insane
the
Clown
hair
Posse
bands,
always
too.
talk about that. They were
Oh,
like,
they still wear it, right?
Dude,
yeah,
no, I
they
was-
do good.
Yeah, but they have
though.
a cult following, bro. They have like
Wait, I was-
30,000 an event.
No, they're good on sales, but I was laughing at with G Mike about this because he's a juggalo. You know, G Mike.
Yeah.
he's a
That makes a
juggalo.
juggalo? I can't see it. Yo, I
Huge
can't see that
juggalo.
shit.
Had
Huge juggalo. But we were laughing.
Do you have a
because-
tattoo?
Yes. Huge juggalo.
Yo, he has the 2. He has Legion of Skanks somewhere and Juggalos. That's like
He's double dipping. He's double dipping.
Juggalo's
But
real
we were laughing because Steve-O put out a video how he just became like a new juggalo, got a tattoo, and he was scared that he got the tattoo too early, so he called Jay, the one of the guys from Insane Clown Posse, and he shows it on the vlog.
He knows Violent J?
He knows Violent J. Thank you. So he calls Violent J on FaceTime, but Violent J's in makeup in his home.
Oh, come on.
So again, now think about this. So now think about this. You're in. He's in
He
his
doesn't
home.
wear it
He's
at the
literally in a
hall.
living room, like a nice, just like a degular living room in makeup. So and then you hear like a little girl's voice in the background, like
His daughter.
That's fucking crazy.
Like, you just hear like a girl's voice, and you're like, this dude had a.
That's insane.
So Steve-O had to text him like, hey man, I'm gonna call you in like 30 minutes for this vlog. Get the makeup on.
He knew that he was getting called.
You understand what I'm saying? Where it's
I thought it was like he just had it on normally.
He's just hanging out.
That's what I thought you were saying. Yeah, like
That's
this
what
guy
I
must have
thought
the
too.
worst.
No, I
bars.
think it's worse than like
Jesus
Ryan.
Christ, bro.
If I was like, hey man, can you come do the podcast today? I mean, like we all showed up like 15 minutes before the podcast started. Imagine if you had to show up 45 minutes before all of us.
Everyone.
To sit in the bathroom and go, gotta do it.
I know.
Bro, if you
Gotta do
invited
it.
a comic on here that painted his face, bro, I'd be like, no,
Is
bro.
there any comics that ever did that? There was like a lot of bands.
There's
like
a comic right now.
That
There's
picture.
an open mic scene.
that he paints
Yeah.
his face.
He paints
Oh,
his
I know.
face. He
Blackface, edgy
or,
boy.
Or like he'll start punching himself in the nose, so he just comes
No.
on stage with a bloody nose and shit.
No.
Yeah, 100%. I was
That's
at
funny.
remember? I don't know. Of course, you don't fucking you.
Brooklyn
you weren't on
comic,
this.
right?
No.
That's
Joey Bats. You
so
didn't,
funny.
You ever,
No,
you ever
I
heard
don't
of
think
it?
I know it, but I didn't do it.
So, like, yo, it was a wild because people saw us performing. They're like, they performing? I'm gonna do this shit too. And I think he got the bug, bro.
Yeah.
He was just walking around as an insane
insane,
person.
bro.
what does the face
This is the
paint look
first time
like?
for me where there's like new comics where like I'll even go to like open mics
Yeah.
and they start asking me questions. I'm like, this is fucking weird.
Look at these.
This is
weirdos.
fucking weird.
Yo, when you
It's the best thing for crazy people because no one gets turned away. And
no one
Yeah.
is turned away.
That's
Yeah.
why there's so many fucking degenerates in comedy, though.
You know what I was
Like,
thinking the other
background.
day? I was talking about like with comedy and like we always talk about shit about Broadway and like the big clubs like that where they turn new comics into
Let's not call Broadway the big club. You know what I mean?
a big club that's making money. When I mean like in the sense of they're a scam. It's a scam club, right?
Yeah, okay.
Broadway.
Also,
Comedy
you're the
Club-
only one saying it's a scam because they don't like you there or whatever.
Oh shit! Nah.
Just kidding.
By the way,
for the record.
you're hopping off of his joke when he said that, and I realized you're not past either, you stupid idiot.
No.
I was past that comic strip.
All right.
Guys.
Broadway's a scam club, right?
Yeah, sure.
I want comedy to go back underground. I don't want there to be people in Times Square saying, "Oh, you can see maybe Chris Rock tonight,
Nah,
maybe
but
Simon."
that's
Those
always
guys
been there,
kick
though.
ass.
Yeah,
The LOL guys.
Yeah. Those guys
That's
are
so
bad.
fun.
You're
Still
gonna see
out
Bill
there.
Burr tonight.
They
Some
were
of
there
those
during the
dudes fuck
pandemic, too, which is
tourists.
crazy.
That place.
Yeah, no
is
shit.
bad.
Lewis was one of them. Lewis would say how he sold tickets and get blowjobs in between.
Yeah.
He's like, I would sell people tickets. He's like, I would get a blowjob and then still sell them the tickets.
Dude, I used to
clubs are
I used to
grinding
love
like
that there
that,
was
man.
fucking some dudes in Toronto that were just like so good at barking, and then I love the idea of being like, "Yo, we told our boy in New York about you," and he's like, "Oh, about my comedy." We're like, "No, like about your barking." Like he just got a reputation. It's like he's sick of barking. This guy can fill a room, dude.
I feel bad.
How's his comedy? Never watched actually.
There's actually a couple of comics like that right now, especially where it's like,
Mean
like when we were
downtown,
like
dude.
when we were producing Doped Up, we're like, all right, what are the two best barker
Yeah.
comics?
It's a good skill, dude. Especially when you're playing bars where we used to do a lot of the bars where you would just go bother the like pedestrians that were at the bar.
Yeah,
Where someone
wow.
just go around, everyone eating, and people were good at it.
By the way, God bless those bar owners who let you do
I
that
know.
shit. God bless them. They're fucking
bug
saints.
their
The
customers.
ones that don't kick you out from that. Because I will kick, if I'm
No.
owning a bar, I'm kicking you out.
They
Like,
eventually did kick us out. That
Really?
No, this place Imperial Pub that we did forever, and they eventually did go, all right, enough of this. They started getting complaints, and they're like, "You're bugging our customers. You're getting complaints.
Yeah.
Like this is enough." It was around like the 2015,
Dude,
16.
I
when people were
hate
getting
doing
in
shows like
trouble.
that when you just show up to a bar or a restaurant and there's just people living their life in like I don't think we're insane because we do comedy, but we're also
I
regular
like
fucking
I like
people.
ambushing people. I
No,
don't like
you-
dragging
you're-
them.
fuck you.
I don't mind
You're
ambushing
right.
people at the bar and the restaurants. I don't mind that. But if we're
No, he's
dragging
right.
you away from the bar, hey, come watch this show. I'm like, that's harder to do.
I hate that. I hate
And I would
going up
imagine
to,
I'm
like-
more annoying if I do that.
I hate watching couples having a nice dinner and then they're like, "All right, guys, we're gonna get the comedy show started," and then just watch people go, "Fuck, I didn't know that was happening." That's
kind of
Dude,
funny,
the
though.
worst is if you're at a bar where it's like kind of connected, and then you start the show and you have to turn off the sports game, and people are just like, "You
They don't like
fucking,
that shit.
are you
Yeah.
kidding me
Yeah.
right now?"
And there's something about like guys or people, they hate the fact that you're on stage trying to make them laugh. Like they want to like act like you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like what? Why the fuck should I listen to you?
And
You
I'd be
tell
like that too,
jokes?
dude. Imagine the opposite. Like you're just sitting at a bar, you're like with fucking your boys or whatever, and then all of a sudden, like some fucking magician goes on stage and he's like, "All right, everyone, shut up! I'm fucking."
I was with a girl. On the,
I guess the only thing worse than being a comedian is probably a magician. I get it.
but
Like we're a
you know
step
what?
away.
I'd rather watch
Once
magic
you
because they're
open
not
mic-
asking you to laugh.
that's true.
That's very true.
I was on the train today with a coworker, and she saw Sebastian Maniscalco's fucking and
just saw
thing,
that shit
and then
too. Wow.
she goes,
arenas,
is that a magician? Because he has this crazy ass jacket. I wish I
He
could
does have a
do it.
vibe
Yeah,
of a
yeah.
magician. He has a Vegas
has a very
magician
magician
vibe.
He does have a Vegas energy. Vegas energy.
There's a
is
couple
funny.
magic dudes in the comedy scene in Toronto.
Did I fire?
It's not bad.
They're
I'll
not
tell you
bad?
what. If it's on a crappy show, to be honest, if you watch like 5 shitty comedians,
Oh, magic
the
is-
magician comes on, everyone's
steals the
like,
show.
yeah, he
Steals the
kind
show.
of
He
does.
steals the
Everyone, he's like,
And they do jokes, right?
You're
They
about
all do
to
these-
murder.
Yeah, and they do like these corny like street jokes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't like when I go to a comedy show and there's a magician who like tries to impress you with math. You ever seen this shit? Where like he'll be like, all right,
Outside?
yeah, no,
That's just an Asian dude.
oh shit!
I've never seen that with math. Like,
Nah,
like,
I've seen that.
what?
I've seen that a couple
He
times.
goes,
Someone's bombing with material, just starts doing math to impress you.
so weird.
square root of 125. All right.
Is it like sacred mathematics? That shit.
Somebody give me a number. Give me a number. You had a number? Give me a number. Give me a
Give
number.
me 2 numbers. I'll add
square
them
root
together.
anything.
I can add any 2 numbers together under 100.
I can add
Don't
any
believe
numbers
me?
together under 20.
Give me 2 single digits numbers. I can add it
Did you-
together.
Make it work. Make it work. Make it work.
Ryan, when you got to New York, did you come here broke?
No, not really. No, because I've been like I came here in my 30s. Like I had a whole
Okay, so you were an
life.
adult. Okay.
Yeah. I came here fucking.
How
like,
long ago did you move here?
I'm 36. I came here 2 and a bit. 2.5 years ago maybe. So it's like I came here like, dude, I had like a whole life.
Okay.
Because I remember right when we kind of first met, I was like, we were first talking. I was like, I thought you were here for a while, and you were like, just moved.
No, I know. A lot of people. Because everyone,
You're still
there's
like,
always
oh
new
no, I'm trying to figure out the scene.
There's new
and-
people on the scene always, right?
Yeah, there's.
So everyone-
I
yeah.
saw you before you came here.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I'm just like a stalker. Nobody doesn't know. He's just
Yeah.
like
DC wants your autograph.
No, I
after the
used to do.
show.
Well, I did lots of like internet stuff. So
That's
I
what I'm saying.
I
I
built this
saw
like
you
website, The
before,
Hard
yeah,
Times,
yeah.
and then I had this show called Trontopia, and I had all these digital series. So when I came here, I just did like the same thing on my own channel.
Exactly. Like late 2017 or early 2018, I saw like a clip of you or something on the internet, and that's like when I was like, oh, he's in New York, but he was. I think he
I was pretty good at going viral.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at going viral. you know, I'm fuck. I go
I
viral
wasn't,
every
though.
month.
No, but I really like wasn't.
No,
it was like I was doing stuff forever.
But you
and then I
kept going
started-
viral on TikTok though, like
Yeah, the
constantly.
stand-up
Yeah. You kept going.
That was when
viral.
I was here,
No, it was
Yeah,
before
yeah.
that. It was way before that.
No. But like when he did, it was going viral. But before that, it was a clip. You had way longer hair at the time, and
Yeah,
you were
that's
just
the one, yeah.
yeah. And this was
I had a
think-
fucking lettuce, buddy.
I
Dude,
hate
I
you.
had
And
lettuce.
it was
I hate your old hair.
it made
Honestly,
him big.
Ryan, I hate all old things
Can we
about
pull that
you.
up? Can we pull?
I only like new Ryan. Dude, your headshots
Ryan.
stink.
I never seen him.
I do need new headshots.
But as
I
someone
agree
who
with
used
that.
to edit for like
I
Real Ass
know.
Podcast and put your fucking stupid
I need
picture
new
up on,
headshots.
dude, what is
you
this?
need,
Like
like,
Ryan has a headshot that's literally just like
No, you know
he
what
doesn't
happened?
want you to book him. It's a face of a man who doesn't want to be booked.
Jordan at the stand.
Look
he
at this
just-
face. Look at this
he just-
lovable, stupid face.
He took the pictures at the stand, and that was the. I don't have a lot of headshots with my short
Dude, they
hair. They
stink.
weren't like acting headshots. So acting headshots
Google
are worse.
Ryan Long. Google
Yeah.
Ryan Long right now in Google Images. It's within the first fucking row.
You know what? We should
All right,
Google.
I actually did have on my list of things to do that I needed a headshot. I'm not even kidding.
See, I only bully to make people better.
This guy's on Fox News.
Top left, top
That's
left, top
hilarious,
left.
bro.
Top left.
That's not bad.
That's
no,
not-
wait.
See,
that's
no.
That's
My
not
bad. My bad. Bottom with the arms.
Oh, he doesn't like the bottom.
That's
arm.
the one I don't like.
Nah, that's
Doggy.
the one.
But you okay? Let me be clear.
You're
That
about to go to Columbine.
that
No, no,
was
no.
more my like. I'm a director.
Do you not see the
headshot.
one next to that one, bro? Bro, you look like you murder bitches, bro. Wait, look at that one right there. Comedian Ryan Long talks about. I'm on
Stop
some-
pointing at it and say things.
I can't. I read the whole title out. That one right there. That's the craziest
You
one.
at?
Yeah,
Yo,
bro.
honestly, none of these are that bad. What do you
That's
guys
a
talking
Canadian. Canadian.
Nah, bro. He
publication.
looks like he
Why you on
stabs
Fox
people on that
News?
one for sure.
How'd you get on Fox News? That's
He's
a better
talking to
question.
Tucker Carlson, man.
To be honest, it was like kind of a favor. Like this dude that I kind of
He
knew.
went on Fox News as a favor.
Well, yeah, because he was like, I'm auditioning. This guy was auditioning to be the host. And he was like, hey, would you like mind being the guest? Like, because I kind of like whatever you want to have a comedian on.
But it was on air?
Yeah, it was on.
His audition was on air?
He was audition. Yeah, so he was like, they like, I guess screen testing or whatever.
Oh, so they just like gave him like well, not a shitty spot, but like
No, it was a good spot, but he didn't. It wasn't like a real. It was this guy.
It was almost like a test pilot.
Yeah, I think he had Berg on too. Like he was like he wanted to kind of present himself as like comedy adjacent. So he's like, I'm gonna have some comedians on to
Comedians.
talk about this culture war shit. or
assuming it did not go well.
That was fine.
Nah, it was fine. I remember that shit. Tim Dillon was on that shit a few times, right?
I mean, everyone used to do Red Eye and stuff like
Red
that.
Eye.
People do Gutfield. I don't know.
It's also crazy when you see like Dave Smith.
People did. I'll tell you what. That did clip people, and there were comics that were like, "This is some bullshit," and I didn't even say anything crazy. I was just like, because the problem with those guys is like Fox News people really want you to be like, you can't say anything anymore. And like, I don't really think that. They'll go, isn't it crazy you can't say anything in comedy? I'll go, I mean, you can.
They're crazy because that's both sides.
Yeah,
both sides want you
you're
to
so
fucking.
right. They're like, you can't say anything. And I'm like, hey,
Yeah.
your producer told me I can't swear. What are you talking about?
Exactly.
like-
and then you go to the left, they're like,
Yeah,
isn't it
exactly.
crazy how crazy they are? And you're
Right.
like, you say, yeah, Sid is crazy.
So I kind of was like, nah, it's like, you know.
Isn't it crazy that you can't just speak your mind anymore? By the way, Ryan, we can't have you say this. You can't bring this up. You can't bring this up. Also,
100%.
vaccines, can't bring that up.
Yeah, can I talk about pedophiles
Nope,
on your
can't
show?
bring that up.
Yeah.
No, they just have their own thing. So yeah, but
you see
people
that-
don't even watch it.
Did
They
you guys
just
ever see
he
that
did
clip
it.
with Burr where he's like he's on Fox or maybe he's like some news channel and some lady was like, so people on the internet talking about you, and he's like, saying what? What are they saying? And it was like, you said some stuff about the church, and it was like,
I seen that
And it was
one.
like, well, don't they have to answer for some things too?
No, I know the
Like,
line.
you can't
He
diddly-
goes, don't you think you went a little bit too far? And Burr goes, don't you think the Catholic Church
Church
went
went
a
a
little
little
too far?
Yeah,
That's
That's
the
a
one.
wild boy. That's a wild boy right there.
Yes, bro.
It's also funny, like when I feel like that's a lot of people aren't ready for it because comics, you spend a lot of time looking in at yourself also. But even when you do so much of that, you'll be around other comics and they'll point things at you. And
Yeah.
so you're very used to like sitting in that, and then regular people, especially reporters, are like, "How can you feel this way about it?" And you're like, "I don't think you understand. Like,
Dude, there's
I
so-
do this every day of my
Yeah.
life."
Well, and also, it like if you're a reporter, it pays to just like have a very like simple way way
Narrow,
of thinking.
Yeah.
It does no one wants to hear a fucking like pundit go on the news and be like, you know, there's both sides make like,
yeah.
no, there's no like you don't get
They
clicks
want the
for
hot
being
take.
nuanced.
Yeah.
You go like
Yeah.
this person's like the worst person ever,
Yeah.
and this person's the greatest person ever. That's how you do
A
it.
great tip that I learned honestly from Lewis producing rap was there's nothing funny about the middle. Say yes or no.
Yeah.
But you have to be on one side
how
or the
people
other.
feel.
There's nothing funny about the middle.
Which is weird because most people are like the middle. Like they're most, in terms of like, I guess political views and all that shit, they're mostly censored, I believe. But then you go on the news with that, like he said, and then most people are like, no, we want the extreme to either you hate Trump or he's the best thing ever.
The middle
Like,
I mean, I will, as a person that like kind of here, I like sort of popped off doing like both sides are bad videos.
Yeah.
Like my first like 3 videos was like Fox News versus CNN. They're both stupid. Like, so, but I guess that is also a take.
That is a take because then you're just like anti-establishment kind of
A little bit, right? Yeah, so there
You
is
come
still,
off like
but
that.
you're right. If two people are arguing and you're like, you know, they both have good points, you're like, well, just don't talk about it.
You know what's something?
Pick a side.
It's the cool guy take, and you can't just always have the cool guy take.
You know what's something that you do really well that you actually taught me recently, and I was like, that makes sense. You go because you just put out a special. You just recorded your special. Right?
I didn't put it out, but I
You didn't put it out,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you just recorded your special.
Were you putting it out?
And we were
putting out.
I'm putting it on my channel.
You have a date?
Yes.
Yeah.
You have a date or no?
No, because I'm not done editing, and I think
Do
I
you?
do, but I want to like be like, okay, it's done before I pick the
5
date.
million.
The what?
5 million. It's gonna reach 5.
You think so?
It's gonna reach 5.
I hope so.
It's gonna reach 5.
I mean, with clips but like with the actual thing. We'll
no,
see.
with the actual thing. Listen, if
45 minutes, half hour.
It's right now it's about 55, but it might be a little
Solid
quiet.
hour.
It might be a
Cool.
little less. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, you have a really good way. You said we talked right after filming your special. You go, now I get to talk about the same topics again because I have topics that I talk about,
yeah.
and you go, I get to now. I have 5 topics
It's
I
the
talk
best,
about,
right?
and I get to go back to them. You told me that, and I went back to my writing board.
Say that again.
Okay, so let me explain. So imagine you're like, hey, I talk about race, and I talk about like I have some jokes about gay people, and I have some jokes about women, and then you're doing your like. Let's say your top 10 minutes,
Yeah.
and then you start thinking about some other like points about gay people, and you're like, I already kind of fucking talk about this for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I can't be.
Like, I already
talking
had
about
that
video
section.
I can't do another joke about video games or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
whatever the thing is,
Yeah.
sport.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
once you release your thing, you're like, that might be my favorite thing to joke around about. I can
Yeah.
do
I can
another
talk
joke
about
on
this
that.
again.
Okay, I see what
Yeah,
you're saying.
I know
Okay,
what you
okay.
mean.
So I think, but also, I don't think you give yourself the credit. I think you do the similar things with your videos because you said you make fun of both
I
sides.
do a little, yeah.
And a lot of your videos that do pop off are like, hey, by the way, this video, the joke is both sides kind of suck.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, whether it's Apple, this, it's gonna be, hey, by the way, both sides are kind of ridiculous. And
That is one of the formats. I kind of look at same with jokes where you're just like,
Yeah,
you
that's what
can't
I'm
do
saying.
this. Then I'll be formats. I'll be like, I've been doing too many of these like 2-side videos. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
2-side videos,
Yeah,
like,
you kind of
yeah.
the same with anything, right?
I think it's listen, I went back to like writing and I took that like 5 topic things and I was like, weed.
Good,
this.
right?
Like, I was like,
that's exactly weed is exactly a topic that
All of
you're
a sudden, I
that
have
could
a-
be 10% of what you talk about always.
it's literally,
Yeah.
I wrote so much. Like that was the night when you guys were over. I was just sitting there going through like, what do I talk about? And I was like, these are my 5 topics.
It's
just
honestly a
wrote them the fuck
really
out.
good way. I think that
That
was
was a
talk
great
about
thing. That's
weed
a
a
great
lot.
jam.
And but you
because
know
of
what?
that,
On
though.
top of that,
That's a great gem.
and even on top of that, the other good thing about that, like, and this isn't even comedy, it's like any writing, but when you have your 8 topics, like let's say you're like, hey, is this about dating? Is this about like race? Once you make a joke and you have to put it in one of those topics, it also forces you to be like, what the fuck is my point here?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you're sort of like, oh, it's sort of about all these things. You're like, okay, well, figure it out because you got to put it in one of these
What's your
categories.
grand point here? Like, what's your
it's like,
overall?
I got punchlines, but what point am I trying to make?
And
then
is it a
sometimes
point about girls
also-
or is it a point about fucking a point about censor? What is your point?
Exactly.
It also
Sometimes there's no
shows-
fucking point.
it also is, like,
Sometimes
almost
it's
like-
Sometimes there's no
Yeah,
point.
there's no point. It's just.
But also sometimes it's like an exercise. It's like you kept saying like, all right, if I keep thinking of these like female jokes, like why does my brain always want to talk about
I know.
this topic or that topic or gay people?
Because I find it funny.
Exactly. So you're like,
Yeah.
all right, what's my grand topic? You're like, all right, like I'm gonna find it.
But it's
because
also-
I find it funny, but also
It's also frequency
like-
though. It's like if you deal with women often, then you're gonna think about jokes because
Yeah.
if you have a lot of gay friends, gay coworkers, whatever it is, you're gonna think about. I've had gay.
you heard it
roommates.
here first on Doped Up and Dying. Women are funny to make fun of.
That's a good take.
Women are funny when we make them funny and say the things that they did later off in conversation.
Which is funny
Yeah,
because
you
they
killed
do
it the first time.
Yeah, you did.
You're pandering to me.
You know what I like. Natalie, get 2 White Claws in here.
But bro, Jesus
Let's
Christ.
get him drunk.
Yo, my favorite thing that Ryan does, we'll be at the stand and he'll just walk away. Be like, I'm gonna go have a drink. You want anything? I'm like, no, I'm good. He come back and he does.
I got 2 claws.
Ryan comes back like this.
double fisting really with one
Single
hand.
fist.
though.
But no,
Single
it's a
fist,
single
double
fist
can.
with double can.
Double can,
and he
single
double
fisting.
cans it with the White Claw.
Dude,
It's a great move.
I
But wait,
haven't bought a beer since they invented White
But real
Claws.
quick on that, is it 2 big White Claws or 2 small White Claws?
Well,
Or
they
is
don't
it-
have big ones at
Ex-
No,
okay,
it's
that
like
makes
the
sense.
regular
Then. It's like the regular
ones.
size
Regular
ones.
White Claws.
So it looks.
Oh, okay. Well then,
He's always working with the big White Claws.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying because it's like if it's 2 of these big
Black
shits,
Claws over
then
here.
it looks like it's like that's too long. That's like fucking huge. It looks like you're walking around
that's
with
a
something
bit
ridiculous.
much. Yeah, the bars never have those.
We get it. You have fucking big Black Claws. We get it. We
No,
have
I don't. I
we have
don't even drink
regular
White
White
Claws
Claws
that
over
often.
regular sized White Claws over on this end of the table.
Oh god, I hate white people. No, I'm just kidding.
White people suck.
It turns into. Did you just spit?
Finally, someone said
Was
it.
that a spit take? Finally, dude, that's literally me when I opened up. So I did.
You're
not
going
good.
hard panda.
I did good at Black Ass. I did good at Black Ass last night, and it's because I opened up with the real
You know
Slim
he did
Shady.
because he already told him that. And now he's telling you. Just let you know that. Just let you know
So,
that.
yo, murdering.
Were you
Out
full
here.
pander?
Full pander.
Yeah, I love.
By the way,
I love watching
My-
like
Hey,
a
can I
good
say something?
pander.
a good pander. One of my lines was I was like, guys, I know this is the Black Ass Comedy Show. Give it up. You're probably asking yourself, why am I here? Same question here. I don't know. And then so I was like, guys, this is weird for me too.
Yeah.
I just did all those jokes.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, when they go, all right, give it up for our producer, because half of the show like knows me now.
Yeah.
And you understand, like, there's people. Someone comes up to me after the show, they go, Dylan, best one yet.
Yeah,
Best one
okay,
yet.
yeah,
So there's like regulars. So it's like
Yeah.
half the room is new, but half the room isn't every single week.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, I gotta think of new shit. So when I tell you, they go, come in for our producer, and they just hear the down, 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 down. Everyone lost their fucking mind. I just got on stage. I just go, who the fuck picked this?
Yeah.
I mean, it was me, but damn. And it was just immediately, I was like, my set was just, it couldn't have gone easier. It was just.
He also wrote that bit too. I watched him write that at his apartment.
I did write that. I do. I be writing now. Ryan, you
Wait,
inspired
you're
a
writing
writer.
the Eminem bit?
He wrote the issue.
Can I tell you how? Can I tell you how I knew when it was gonna work? Oh, we were.
I'm doing a mic stand bit right now where I hold the mic stand. Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, I like it.
I've been wanting to write a mic stand
A
bit.
mic stand bit. I've never
since
had
I
a mic
started
stand.
What is it
comedy.
like? Pick up mic stand here or something like
No,
that?
I
or-
use it as a blind cane.
Classic.
I use
Fucking
a-
classic.
I use the mic stand for one bit now.
You do?
Yeah, I do. It's
what?
for
When you
making
smack
a-
it?
Now, when I make a girl suck my dick from the back, and I use the mic stand
You use as her?
as my dick.
No, he puts the dick backwards.
Oh, back. You
Suck
suck
my dick from the back
like
There you
last
go.
time.
You know who said that? That was David.
I don't want to mention his name. But
Fuck David. Yeah, you're right. He listens to these regularly. I have a friend who we came up in comedy with, running a great comedy show. Has asked me to book bigger comics than myself. Well, won't book me though.
Yo, isn't that some wild shit to do? Yo?
That is
Hey,
some
yo,
wild
yo,
shit
can
to
you
do,
tell your
bro.
boy
Dude,
Big
but
J?
nobody know.
Yeah, that
Shut the
is
fuck
wild.
up.
Can you tell your boy Big J to
Why everyone air no. He texted me one day and he goes, this I swear to God, word for word goes, dude, why so disrespectful. Why do all these big comics follow you? Next one. We're trying to get Big J on the
Oh
show.
my God.
Do you think he's here on weekends?
This is tough.
And I was like, bro, you're making me want to
It's not-
smack
yeah.
you.
It's not even-
Like
it's
next
hey,
time I
bro.
see you, I have to be a man and be like, yo,
That's insane.
the disrespect?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Dylan, you're hanging out with me too much, bro. You can't be smacking people out here, bro. You gotta chill, bro. You can't be doing that shit,
yo,
man.
Kerryn has slowly Kerryn has slowly seen the like psycho side of me, where like we're at the club the other day and my ID expired in October and the guy was being an asshole about it and we're looking for my passport. And just as we're getting in, like I did something, and as we got in, I like moved up. She's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you walking towards him to like make trouble?" And I was like,
Oh, you were gonna-
I wasn't even gonna fight. I was just gonna walk. And she's like, you got in. Like just
Yeah, it's your
keep
natural
going.
instinct
Just
to
keep
get in
going.
there.
And like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. And I'm like, yeah, my bad.
I had a guy tell me to be quiet on the subway the other day when we were filming. I let it go. But like it was very like
New York City subway.
Yo, you know what I
yeah,
want?
shit like that makes you fucking like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But we were filming and I was with people and I just was like
Was
all
it a
right, we
guy
just
you
got
didn't
off.
respect, like physically? Like you were like, yo, you're telling me to
funny.
shut up?
Yes,
He was
that's
like
true.
older.
That's true.
It was like
So
a,
you did it. So you
and
did
there was
it.
3 of us and one of him and it was just like all right.
And
And I
you're a big guy.
But
Like,
we let it go.
The
It was
crazy
just-
part about it
big
is-
guy or not big guy, there was a bunch of us and it was like one
Yeah.
dude and it was
He's
like,
outnumbered.
you gotta
But
respect.
what-
You gotta respect that though. A part of you has to be like, you know what? This guy has some balls.
As
But
you're
that's
beating
the
him
thing,
up,
though.
you're
No,
It's
he
like
was a
curb
wiener. It was,
stomping.
and he goes, hey, if you're not gonna have a mask on, then at least keep it down. That's what he says.
Oh, he
And I
made
was
it
just
about a
like,
mask. That's so dumb that he made it about
I
the
know,
mask. Like,
but I just, and there was and I just go, and there was like half the people on the subway don't have masks. but I was
yeah,
like,
if that's the
I
funny
let,
part.
I let it go. I'm
If
like,
you were
all right,
homeless,
we're a grown up.
he wouldn't have said shit. That's the thing. If you were homeless, he wouldn't have said shit.
Nah,
but it's
you
like
know.
you're like a functioning person in society, and he's like, "Hey, shut up!" But no one ever tells the homeless people that get on the train anything.
This
And-
guy probably went out home and told his wife, like, you'll never believe I fucking gave these guys a talking of a lifetime. They didn't even have the fucking balls to.
This guy was like 6'4". You should have seen
yeah,
him.
he was fucking feeling himself.
I know,
that
honey.
day.
Yep, you killed it. Yep, absolutely.
I took it like a bitch.
Jesus Christ.
What's the
man.
other alternative? You're like, are you gonna fight on the subway now?
That's very true.
you know,
with a 50-year-old guy.
I don't know. It's like
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
I have a
can you
brother that would have he would have started the fight. Like he would have like, you really want to go, bro?
I have definitely.
But you know what?
Yeah.
There's no point. There's no point.
You know what
Go ahead.
Lamont told me? So Lamont is the
no fight,
bouncer at Brooklyn Comedy Club.
Yeah, he rules.
And he rules.
Yeah.
One of the nicest dudes in the world.
Very nice.
Nice dude, right? So I'm trying to. He's super nice, amazing guy. We're talking yesterday after Black Guy's comedy show, and he said how the Old Man Hustle in Lower East Side, there was a problem. A guy that was banned wouldn't leave, and they called Lamont to say, "Hey man, can you come take care of this?" And Lamont telling me the story, and he goes, "And you know I want the smoke," so I immediately was like, "I'm down." I was like, Lamont.
Hey, yo, Dylan, I saw Lamont one time fold a man
Yes,
in
Lamont.
half. Like I've
Yeah,
seen him
really?
fold a man in half.
Dude, Lamont's wide. Like,
He doesn't seem like
he
he'd
doesn't
be
seem
like
he's
that.
so nice, but
So
it's like,
nice.
but he can
like
actually
a-
take care of like that any situation. He's that bodyguard. So they go to Lamont. They go, we'll pay for your Uber. He goes, I got my car right here.
I guess, hey, don't even worry about the gas money, man. I'll be right there.
I don't get that part. What?
He's so about his cash. They go, hey, we'll just pay for your Uber to send you over there. And he's like, I'll just drive.
He wanted to smoke. He wanted to fight. He didn't need.
Oh, he's like, I'll drive to the other fucking.
Myself.
Can you
Like,
imagine?
he's like in a hurry. He just like, I
He's
can't wait
parking
that
his
long.
car. He's looking for a parking space. Like, I'm gonna get some smoke tonight.
Right.
Smoke, beat a dude's ass, then go home. I just want the
He's
fucking
jazzed
smoke.
up. Yeah.
Like he's just like parking his car, like turning back in, like not like
And
an
the
Uber
sweet- by
would've
the way,
been
So
so
did he get the smoke? What happened?
So he goes. So end the story. He goes over there, and the guy he goes, "Hey man, you're banned from over here." And the guy does this. He goes, "Yeah, you're right. I'm banned." and left. That was it. And
Jeez.
Lamont tells the story in a sad way and goes, "Yeah, but no smoke."
that was
Jesus
such
Christ,
a bummer
Lamont.
for
What
him.
did he get banned for? Like, what the fuck do comics get banned for?
I think
not
people, no,
a
this
comic.
is
Was it a
comics.
comic?
No. I
Oh,
think
just
it's
a
also,
guy.
there's also like a bar. So I think it's just
Okay.
like even like at Brooklyn Comedy Club, there's a couple people where you keep seeing them, and you're like, you're here every night, and one of those nights are going to be trouble. And it always does happen. I saw someone yesterday. He goes, yo, Dylan! You know, I was banned from here for a little while. I was like, Jesus Christ.
When I was in
dude.
university, I was banned from a lot of places.
What were you doing?
I was banned from.
I've never been. I don't think I've.
most places.
Just
on the
drinking
strip.
mostly, or
The
just
only place
Yeah,
I've
getting in fights, fucking
yeah.
causing trouble. We used to, I don't know, just like
You look like a
always
you're rowdy.
something.
You're just a rowdy kid.
Super
Yeah,
rowdy,
yeah.
stealing drinks. I don't
Yeah.
know, whatever. You name it. We broke a window at one of the bars.
You're banned from
Jesus
bars?
Christ.
Well, this was when I was in college.
The only place that I'm ever banned from is Claire's in West Palm Beach.
What's that? Like
you
the
just said
the
something
jewelry store?
I'm
You
banned.
tried to steal a sapphire?
I'm banned from Claire's in Town Center Mall. I'm just banned. Can't go to Claire's.
What'd you do?
Tried stealing.
Some kid was getting her ear pierced. Poured a drink on it.
I tried stealing a vampire teeth necklace, and I put it in my pocket. And the girl was like, and I was like, she's like, and then it's so funny. She just goes, "You're banned," and I left, and I was like, "I guess I'm banned."
You can go back there.
Yeah, I was like 13. That's the funny
Yeah.
part. It's like I could have went there anytime. It was like,
What if the same bitch is working there and she's like, oh,
"You're banned." My
Yeah.
picture's on the wall.
That's crazy.
They put our picture on the wall. Dude, I was like, yeah,
That's pretty dope, honestly. I feel
it was
pretty cool about
kind of
that.
cool, yeah, to be completely
Wait,
honest.
you tell your friends like, "Hey man, can you go in there and get a
Get a
picture?"
Isn't
picture
that
out
crazy?
of the picture.
White people
This is
commit a
before
crime, they get a
phones, my
headshot. White people commit a crime, they get a headshot. They put you on the wall. They just put us in jail. Like, fuck this shit. We're gonna make sure he doesn't grow up and commit more crimes. It's like that shit.
Oh, I went to
sucks.
jail a bunch of times too.
Oh,
back
you
in the-
oh
Yeah, yeah.
shit!
Not like hard
Not like,
jail
yeah,
one
yeah.
time
Actually,
ever.
but like
Overnight?
maybe like 5-6 times. Yeah.
Ryan,
Fuck, that's a lot of times, bro.
Wait, Canada or New York City as well?
No, Canada.
Ryan, have you?
Okay.
I'm those. Now I'm normal.
Yeah, you don't
streaked
go
at
to
a
fucking
sports
jail
game?
now.
Well,
Oh, yeah,
That's
can't
it.
talk over each other, man. Jesus Christ.
Thank you, Kevin. You're right. Shut the fuck up. Have you streaked at a sports
No.
event? You seem like the person
No,
who
I
would
was.
spend the night.
I wasn't really
overnight.
like a frat dude like that.
All right.
That's more like frat guy stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
What-
That's
what
like the.
is-
The
That's like
streak
a.
at a sports game?
That's
Would
like
you
the
ever do
guy that has like the beer hat helmet. Like that's the same. That's that brand of
He's
guy.
so into sports.
I like a lot of people that are like that, but that was never real. Like we were like band kids. Like band, I don't know. It's just like a different.
I
Type
was a
of
TV
guy.
production kid.
Yeah,
I was like a
There you
skater
go.
and like a little like.
Yeah, they're all. There's a lot of crossover of all these
Yeah.
types.
You know what's the funniest thing about those people jumping on like the fields to run is they always get cheered for, and the best part is you watch them go like, yeah, this is my moment, and there's always that fucking moment you always love
They
to
get
see you love to
tackled.
see someone rise. Everyone loves to see someone fall, and they get tackled, and you just watch the security guards become the real heroes. Yeah, fuck you, and the guy's just like, I thought you loved me.
Yeah.
Why'd you cheer? Why'd you cheer?
I'm surprised those guys don't go to like jail now.
They do.
They-
It's
they do.
overnight. They do.
No, oh, but I mean like for fucking.
For streaking?
Well, but why are you not on like a sex offender list? Like you technically
There's
did,
children
like,
there.
You know, see what I'm saying? Like if you think about it, like, dude, how many people in America have you like took a piss and then you get a sex offender thing?
Yeah.
Like, so why is that not?
Wait, what?
Okay,
So if you take a piss by a school and you're or within a zone of a school, I think it's like 10 miles or 4 miles. then
Yeah.
you can be on a sex offender.
I
list.
met a guy that had that. He's like on the sex offender list.
And you can't explain that to people either. But I'm like,
no, I was pissing.
I one time had a teacher.
Oh yeah, that's what fucking they all say.
It's funny you say school zone. I one time saw a teacher allude to the rules of a school zone in a fight to two students acting up in class. Just to be like, he was like, "Hey, y'all want to do that shit? Take it 2.5 miles outside of this high school."
Wow.
And it was such a way of being like, guys, if you do it 2.5 miles away,
yeah.
No
I don't
problem.
have to say anything.
None of my business.
It's none of my
Jesus
business.
Christ.
Did you get into fights in high school? I don't think we ever talked about this.
nah.
I got into fights in high school.
Nah, I didn't get into fight because at that time I was hanging
think I
out
ever
with
said-
I was hanging out with gangsters.
Dude, I one time my freshman year, my
I like how he asked me a question to answer
Fuck
it
it all.
about himself.
That's
He's like, yo, nobody talks to me all day. Hey, yo, you ever got into a fight in high school? Oh, no, I remember this time I got into a fight in high school.
You didn't
Who
say,
does that
you didn't
shit,
say a
yo?
good fight story. I didn't hear. I one time punched a kid for no reason.
He told me that.
Are you
story.
like trying like you punch a kid for no reason? I can't see that in you. I don't
No,
think
no.
you got
I
that.
was
something for no reason.
I was in sixth. I said freshman year. I was wrong. I was in sixth grade.
That's way. That's
I
way
just got a
different than high
sixth. I
school.
just got a sixth grade. We were so young. During gym class. You still had to sit on the ground, like in a line, before you went into the room, like into
Kids,
the
yeah.
into the locker room.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to be cool, so I'm sitting there with all the eighth graders.
And you're like, they're letting the handicapped kids in our line, not on my watch.
dude. And no, I was sitting there with all the eighth graders.
Hey,
and
wheelchair kid.
get over here. And there was this kid Leo, and we're friends, and he's bad, and whatever. He's telling me all these things. And there's this other kid Chase. I shouldn't be saying all the names. And then there was another.
Chase is a solid name.
Chase was a solid, but he's my age. We're in the same grade. There
Good
was an 8th grade chick that was cute. It was in the circle. You could tell we both. That was the only reason we were in that circle. Trying to get to that emo chick. Want that emo? get that girl puss, that puss, you know. And so one day we're sitting there, and the cool kids didn't sit down because cool kids don't sit, so they're standing, and I'm standing with them trying to be cool.
And they never sleep.
And they never sleep. Always smoke cigarettes, all that shit. And Chase is literally just sitting talking to someone else, and Leo just goes, "You should just go over there and hit him." I go, "Yeah, is that a good idea?" He goes,
if you're bad, you'll do it.
Yeah, like Chase just be talking shit. Earlier he tried you, just go over there and hit him. All right. Walked over. I swear, I remember, like clear as day. He's just sitting down like crisscross applesauce, and I just walk up and cold cock him like fucking.
You slapped him or you punched him?
Punch. Like I mean, I would say I attempted a punch, but I'm sure it was all this.
Yeah.
Like to be honest.
Kid punch.
So a kid punch. I punch him in the side of the head, and we just start scuffling. The teacher comes running over from the other side of the gym, throws us into the locker room, splits us off, and then the bell rings. Gym was the last class of the day. And it's Friday, so I'm sitting there. The guy's like, "What the fuck was that? I gotta write you a referral." And Leo just walks in. This is the coolest. This is the best part of the story, to me at least. Leo walks in and just goes, "Yo, man, my mom's here to pick us up." His mom was not. I was not going to Leo's house that day. And he just I'm sitting there shitting my pants, and he just walks in and goes, "Yo, man, my mom's here to pick us up. We gotta go." And the teacher's just sitting there yelling, and he does this and he walks away, and he comes back in and he goes, "Yo, my mom's out front now. We gotta go." Grabs me, and I just look at the teacher and go, that's my ride. That's that's where I'm sleeping this weekend. And he just goes, "We'll talk about this Monday." Never happened.
You got out of it.
Got out of it. I punched
If
the
he
kid
did that,
for
they would take him to jail.
We had open neck in school.
What's open?
You ever heard open neck?
neck?
Open neck. So I was one time. This happened to me. Was so embarrassed. I was in a lunchroom. I'm chilling, minding my business, and I'm talking to this girl who I really like. And this.
How old are you?
I'm like 14 or 15, 14, I think.
You're in high school, you said.
I'm in high school. So I'm talking to this girl. I'm trying to mack her. And this other chick.
Macker. Haven't heard that in the bit.
This other chick was.
Return of the Mac.
This other chick, she was like a dyke. And she came up behind me. I'm paying no attention to her. And she goes, "Open neck!" Bang! Smacks me in the back of my neck while I'm trying, and my whole face like that. And I'm embarrassed. So now I start chasing this chick all around the lunchroom. But I'm like, what? I'm chasing after
Because nothing's more embarrassing than chasing a dyke after she slaps
after
you.
she slaps the shit out of me, bro. But what's embarrassing is I was like, what am I gonna do with this bitch if I catch her?
Yeah.
Like if I start punching her in the face, no one's gonna be like,
I'm on your side.
I'm on your side.
I'm on your
bro.
side now all of a sudden.
She started it.
So I just quit chasing her.
Nah, trust me, this girl started it.
I quit chasing her and I went back to start macking on the chick again. That's it.
That's it. That's
Anyway, you took care of that problem, so you want to fucking suck it or what?
Actually, the girl was mad sympathetic. She was like, "I'm glad you didn't fucking do nothing stupid."
Anyways, you want me to whip it out now?
There was this it's funny. It was to my middle school. There was this one kid that was also in that gym class who was he was a slow kid obviously, but he was very hyper. And I can't tell you what type of slow, but he was very like
twitchy.
Like you know Tweak from South Park?
No.
Bro.
Come on, you guys don't know
Pull
South
up Tweak from South Park YouTube, please. Bro.
All right, do you know the guy from the Boondocks?
Wow,
I
Ryan.
do, absolutely. Dude,
Ryan, stop pandering to me. Ryan, stop pandering to me.
Name any Boondocks.
You know what
thing,
jokes
I'll
I
be
like.
Yeah, I know that. Family Guy, yes. Futurama. Every time someone's South Park, I'm like, dude, I don't
Really?
know.
You missed
Yeah,
it? You
Both of you
I
missed it.
missed it. I grew up on Simpsons and Family Guy, bro. That's what
To
my
me,
brother-
South Park was the one.
No,
That's what
I
everyone
think
says.
South Park
Everyone
is great, but I didn't have cable in my room.
All right. Here. Sound.
Sorry, I think
And-
the tab's muted.
And their South Park guys are still pretty funny too.
Now, I've seen a few new episodes. They're
They
great.
took him again. There, you see? He just
that him?
picked you up.
Yeah, Tweaking.
What a
Tweaks in the
jerk.
middle.
He's really got it out for you, dude. Why? What did I do? So do you agree to fight him after school? I guess so. Super. See you there.
I swear to God, this kid, I swear on my life, this kid was.
You got biatch.
That looks like you and Harrington box.
All right, all right, bro, chill out. All right, I swear I knew this kid. This is the exact kid, and I'll never forget. One day he was always just but very confident. That kid, but plus just confidence of like just like fucking white kids. Yeah, bro. Yeah, basically me. And and one day I remember we had a class, and he always comes in like towards the beginning, but he never showed up. And all the girls walk in like I've never seen chicks walk in like. Yo, like dudes, like legit dudes walked in like, yo.
That's every girl in my high school, by the way.
Yo,
every girl in my high school.
I know what
No, not dice. Just regular New York City chicks.
So yo, these
love that.
They
shit,
love
man.
that shit. They love instigating fights, bro. There ain't nothing like a black girl instigating fights.
These white chicks walk in with the yo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying about? And they walk in with the yo.
Yeah.
And we're like, well, what happened? What happened? They're like, we were just bullying Tweak. And we were saying he had a small dick, and he said, fuck that, and ripped out his dick. And that shit was so small. And
That's a real power move, though.
And then,
Yeah, kinda.
And then there's a video
Start playing with
of this
it.
kid just talking shit all in a circle. It's like grainy, and then just whips out his dick.
You
And,
got a video?
and it's just a video of.
Whipping out a small one, though. I agree with you.
That's a
It is-
power move.
It is a confident
When I
move.
was in the army, there was this dude with a micro penis.
Oh, I love this story.
Right, so yeah, there was a dude with
I
a
love
micro
this
penis.
story.
And would you see it?
Well, this is what happened. He was like the way I was in. There was in basic training.
Did you see it? This is what happened.
So that's a yes, but it's a story.
You gotta explain it.
But it was.
Let's keep going.
This was basic training. So like we were in different parts, right? So it was like first.
But if you got really up close, it was pretty big.
no, but like this whole platoon ran upstairs to us, which they weren't supposed to do.
If you open your eyes, it's a lot bigger. Instead of close your eyes, just open them.
And they were like, we weren't like they weren't supposed to do that shit. They come upstairs with him. He's wrapping the towel. He goes, y'all gotta see this shit. And he opens his towel and just starts doing the the little pee dance. But bro, it was like
He does a helicopter.
It
There
was,
was some
it
dudes
was
at Skank
inverted,
Fest
bro.
that did the
naked
roast
roast,
battle.
yeah.
That they
He
kind
was
of
there
had.
for that shit.
Oh no, it was not micro.
I was
but
on
like,
shrooms
not
staring
good.
to Zach Amigo's dick.
Not like you
I
would.
like he's judging their dicks.
Well, I don't know. I was just like it was like fucking confident to pull it out. Put it that way.
No, actually, I will say this is I've never seen. I mean, like you see micro dicks on like pictures or like memes, whatever the fuck.
You
But
see
like
what?
My internet search.
like but to see it in person, I'm sitting on the side with like me, Corinne, Christina, fucking Tom, a bunch of people, red bands right there. And when the micro penises went up, I'm telling you, less than like if you see a big dick like Jason Ellis, you're like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he was packing.
Good for you, my guy. But when I saw a micro dick, I was like, babe, they're
That's something you
real.
gotta
It's
look
like
at,
when you
yeah.
see a wizard. You're like,
Well, do you know they don't exist, right?
exactly. If you were right now went outside and Nat was like, "Yo, look at this leprechaun," that's what a micro penis is like. It's like I'm
it
gonna
was
show.
a statement. That's
It's
for
like
sure.
a leprechaun. It's like a leprechaun. You're like, dude, that I didn't think that existed.
Leprechauns don't exist though.
I know, and neither do micro penises.
No, they do, buddy.
I know. That's what I'm
So
saying.
this guy just pulled it out in the fucking towel, and that's his whole thing.
That's
is
his
he
whole
should
thing.
dance?
But he has 5 kids. He had
What,
5 kids.
black or
In
white?
basic training, white.
How does it? Did he say that it got bigger when he was hard?
No, it didn't get.
no,
bigger.
but
It
isn't
didn't
there?
get that much
There's
bigger.
no, wait, there's another part to this.
He
story.
said that we asked him about like how
He was
how
confident
fucked
in it,
his
though.
wife. Well, he had a beautiful wife.
Didn't
and
someone say
everything.
something?
Oh, that's a different story.
Can you tell
So
that
hold on,
one,
but
please?
one quick second. The beautiful wife, and he said what about how he
5
fucks?
kids. Oh, he said that he did listen, he knew
He's like, I do all this stuff.
I do all this stuff. I have toys, I have this, I have that. But he was mad confident with it, bro.
He
And I
knows what it
respect
is.
He
He was
knows
just
what
like,
it
that's
is.
what it is.
This other kid.
It's also funny. It's also funny to show your dick. It's like being. It literally is being a comic is like having a micro is being a micro penis because you pull it out and then you have to show your resume immediately. I did CBS. I did this. I did Netflix. I swear. I know I look this.
Well, you're right.
I
You
do.
actually,
After you
yo,
bomb.
that's right. What's
motherfucker names
crazy
everything I
is that
did,
he
bro.
pulled out like a family picture afterwards. He was like, "Yo, look at my kids."
Yeah,
yo.
he's like, yeah, but this is my hot
Look at my wife.
What are you doing with your
Yeah.
normal dick?
So
bitch?
there was this other kid walking.
You got a
through
normal dick and your fucking wife's busted.
Yeah,
What are
yeah,
you
son.
fucking fired your dick?
Yo, and
I'll
let me
be-
tell you something. That's
dating a
so true. A
princess.
lot of dudes, a lot of sergeants, you see, I see a lot of these dudes naked because we're in the same locker room and
Shit,
shit.
sergeants are packing.
A lot of these dudes are like, you don't even understand what they're doing in the army. Like, you're like, you
With a
could've been
dick like
model. With a body, like they were bodied up, bro.
What are you doing being a troop with
Yeah.
a piece like that?
Can you imagine after coming back from killing people, you're just in the shower, you're like, whoa, dude, you should not
You
be
don't
murdering
have to be
people.
doing this,
You-
man.
Dude, you got a better life ahead of you.
But then you meet their wives, and their wives are like disgusting.
Right.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on, bro?
It's also weird. Like, you go to.
Do you think they were hot before they fucked them too good? Fucked them ugly?
Nah,
big piece?
I think a lot of them got good in the army. Like they got like built up and shit like that. And they went
Oh,
and they
right.
married the girl that they always wanted. Well,
And then they
could have
went to
gotten.
the army
yeah.
and got hot.
Yeah, and
Interesting.
What's the other dick story that I like better?
so we were all right. So we were in the fucking barracks. And
Where everyone
his-
sleeps and just chills,
yeah,
right?
yeah. So it's the end of the day, long day. Dude comes out after
Different dude than this guy.
different guy. Comes out after the shower with his towel on with his shoulder and walking dick out. And then my boy
But
goes
with swagger. With swagger.
mad swag. And my boy Tobin, he goes, "Hey yo, my man's, is that your dick?" And yo, son, and I never seen a dude look so defeated before.
He wasn't happy with
was
seeing that.
tiny
He got
as little
verbally
piece.
shot that day.
Asked him though. Someone asked you if that's your dick.
Yo,
like,
but, like,
that's it.
Got the whole barracks to
By the
turn
way-
around and look. Hey, yo, my man can't be walking around like that.
By
son.
the way,
Put
the guy
towel
that
over
said that
this
comment, also top of his class as a sniper. Sniper in the talking,
Probably.
sniper in the streets. He's just up there.
Yeah.
Yo, is that your dick? Bah.
shit. Tobin was a
Honestly,
beast, though. Tobin
Fresh
was
out
a
the
beast.
shower, somebody might say that to me too.
Yeah. A lot of the dudes,
Honestly, like if I'm not about to fuck, it probably doesn't look like much.
a lot of the dudes.
Yeah, DC, you got you with us?
I'm a grower, not a
You
shower,
with us?
bro. I'm a grower, not a shower,
Are you
bro.
a boy?
Yeah,
You
it's like what? Yeah, bro. It's like it has to know something's around
I
for
don't
it to.
relate.
That would be.
I know
I
you
don't
got
know
a
what's
big dick.
better. Yeah, it is. I think I should rather be a fucking shower because, like, you know.
Yeah, because then you look like you're swinging all the time.
I know.
No matter what you're doing, you know. But nah, man. Yeah.
Nah, I want a dick that touches my knee.
Right? Like all the time. But it's not like
It's,
that.
it's really a curse, guys. You guys don't want this shit, bro.
Hey, you don't
he
want
has a
this
hammer.
life, man. You think you
Yeah,
want
you
this, you
think you
know
want
it's
this
like,
shit, bro? But nah, bro. It takes
your
long.
girl's
I'll tell you,
walking funny
I
all
knew-
the time. You need a pound of lube just to get to the dip in. You don't want to fucking. You don't know what I've been through, bro.
Big dick files.
Yeah.
Big dick files.
You're like the guy like when the X-Men. Everyone's like, must be cool to be an X-Men. You're like,
Yeah.
you don't know the responsibility.
He has glasses over his dick. Dude, you don't know what it's like. I take off these glasses, just pain.
Hey,
Murder.
I didn't ask for this. Pain for me, mental.
You feel
then
cursed.
Physical.
You feel cursed or blessed.
My family
with that
left me
piece.
behind, man. He comes out of the womb, they see the giant cock. Gotta give him away. That's why you became.
Wow, son.
You are an X-Man.
Yo, my man,
You're meant for
son.
this. You're gonna be great.
Don't act shy
He's in,
about it now.
XXL, man.
I knew Kevin.
Facts.
I knew Kevin actually had a big piece because he always talked about it. And then one night we were all
Stop
drunk.
saying no. First, of all, I didn't always talk about it.
Yes,
People
you
keep-
did.
No,
You bring
stop,
up the
stop,
big
stop,
piece
stop,
a
stop.
lot. This comes
Stop,
up.
stop,
Yes, he does.
It comes up all the time.
When you
so
guys
now-
are smoking a joint, it's just like,
So who's a big dick?
can I tell you my dick's big? Did
You do kind of do that shit for a little bit.
I ever tell you guys that my fucking dick's huge?
But you know what, though?
Dude, I was trying to measure paintings in my house, and I was like, I can't find my ruler. Dude, use my dick.
It comes up, you're saying.
I knew you had a big dick
python.
because we were all drunk and we were going to piss, and we both went to like similar bushes, and I started peeing, and you were still in the process of taking out your dick. I was like,
You
damn.
gotta use two hands.
I was like, damn. My time was like a 3.5.
He has to open,
A solid-
unbutton his
he goes,
shit.
"What? Solid 13 seconds."
And you go, all right, I got half of it out.
We talk about your dick so much on this podcast.
too much. Yo,
Your dick comes up a lot?
Yeah, it's a lot. No pun intended. but
I
yeah.
was about to say, God damn you.
Oh
Nah,
my
we
God.
got plug music. Let's do some plugs.
Packing heat.
Speaking of this podcast, is the name of this episode. Packing Heat. Packing Heat with Ryan Long.
Hell yeah.
I don't think we even introduced
The dick?
We
Is it
yeah,
the fifth mic?
Let's go.
Guys, that is true. I mean, we might have just came in a little hot. We didn't introduce our guest, but let's introduce him right now. Ryan Long, tell him who the fuck you are.
No. We're not even introduce yourself, buddy.
What's up? Second biggest dick on the pod. All right. At Ryan Long Comedy on everything. The Boys Cast with Ryan Long every
Boys, boys,
Friday.
boys.
Boys. Patreon.com/The Boys Cast. News sketch every Monday. Podcast every Friday.
Hell yeah. Kevin Sanchez?
Yo, it's Papa Sanchez on Twitter. It's Kevin Sanchez on Instagram. And my other pod with the great Josh Pallet.
Bleep that.
The Mac Almanac.
Yeah.
It's DC Williams. Follow me on Instagram at DC Does It, and Underground Comedy Show every Friday at 7:30, Uptown 145th in St. Nick.
All right, and to the smallest dick on the podcast, y'all know where to find me, at Dylan J. Negri. If you're on YouTube, give us a follow, give
Seen
us a
his
like.
penis, he's lying.
Seen his penis.
Shit's secret. Guys, subscribe, like, comment. Please leave some comments. Share this podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening, and stay tuned. Let's keep fucking episode going. Oh yeah, buy merch, guys. Wait, hold on. I got
Merch.
Don't just buy the merch.
Wait,
Wear
this
the
came
merch.
in today. I don't know. Wait, I gotta get up.
I could have just zoomed in on it, buddy. I could have just zoomed in on it.
Fuck you, Nat. It's embroidered. Look at that. Look.
Ooh.
You know what your fucking costume?
Hot fire, hot fire, hot fire.
Not cheap.
Does the Boys Cast have embroidered hoodies?
I don't have merch right now.
You want
I had merch.
You want to talk after the podcast?
Yeah. Well, I was actually, Johnny was, because his printer broke and he was making my stuff.
I feel bad.
And then he was like, Johnny was like, I'll just go get Dylan to make it. I'm like, all right, well, then what do we need you for? No.
I like you said no, but you're like, but that's generally what I was thinking. I mean, there's more merch over there. I mean, just take a look. Ryan, why don't you take a look at this quality? That's a nice.
Now, is this merch or apparel?
It's merch. It's merch. It's merch.
So that's, I actually have been having a bit of trouble with this, but apparel is like when you design the clothes.
Yes.
And merch is when you buy the stuff and put your logo on.
You know, like Kith.
Oh, this is cool. Though.
You know, like Kith.
No,
like
it's Kith.
it's a clothing
is
brand.
apparel.
But like the idea is like it's you're paying for his shirt.
Right.
You're not paying for the logo.
Yeah, like Schultz and those guys make apparel.
Yes,
It's really
Kind
merch
of.
though. It's really merch though, because it's branded logo stuff that's just promoting the flagrant too.
because it's also how you do it and promote it. Because like let's say you do something about like okay, so these hoodies are just blank hoodies, right? But if you put embroidery here, you do sleeves and you make it complicated, and then you
Something
make
on
a
the
collection.
back. The tag.
Now
The
that-
tag's probably a big
But
part
now
of it,
that's
right?
apparel
Yeah.
because now you're like you're touching everything.
I heard a rapper say that once, and he was like, "Yo, you got fucking merch. I do this much selling apparel," and I was like, "Apparel? What's the difference?"
Honestly, I'm changing the name of the company. It's no longer
That shit
podcast
that you
merch.
gotta- is
We're
that-
podcast apparel.
Is that
actually-
Kanye's old album
Yes, this-
merch?
yeah.
That's more like Kanye makes apparel for sure. Like it's like
By the way, someone gave this to me as a gift, and also this is not a real Kanye shirt. They bought this off Amazon, so this is a
wow.
fake gift.
wow.
Shout out Tom, my manager.
That's
I have a great manager.
yeah. He gave you a picture. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
Tom gave me this and Snapchat glasses during Skankfest. Great weekend.
Nice.
Saw those Snapchat glasses? Saw those angles?
It's pretty cool.
Dude, fucking dope angles. I want to go on stage and have a whole set from the point of view of Snapchat glasses.
He has them, and Tom has them.
No, he gave them to me.
Oh.
Yeah, but you can't. You have to keep clicking it. So I want to find a way of like
And they make
hacking them.
Snapchats.
Yes, dude. You haven't seen? Go on my profile right now. Pull up all the ones from Skankfest.
That's like, is that the future? People doing shit like that?
No, it's actually funny. They came out a while. They're old.
And that stuff hasn't. VR hasn't been able to connect
it's
with people.
old,
Period. Eh?
But I'm telling you, well, I'm saying it right now here first. I'm making Snapchat glasses popular this next year. Everyone at the end of 2022, 2023 are going to be doing my videos.
Dude, if you go to watch like a comedian, he's on stage like every 2 seconds.
Hey guys, give me a second. All right, and the reset. Yeah,
Everybody
one?
after you is gonna have.
just choose a different one. I think we've watched this one before.
You're having sex.
look.
You go to have sex with a chick, and she's like, "Take off your clothes." You're like, "You have the glasses. Stay on." She's like,
And go to the Lewis one.
"Why is it a circle?"
Because it's like 3D. Put the audio on.
Honestly,
yourself,
conceptually,
relax.
to do
But you're
like a
right.
special
Lewis,
like that was
don't
kind of
leave.
dope.
Lewis, you'll be Dylan Glasses Cam Dylan. You're living in my head right now, Lewis. Don't kill yourself. Relax.
And you press
But you're
the button on
Lewis,
the
Just press it right
glasses.
before, so it gives you like a 10
Lewis,
second snap.
you'll be Dylan-
How do you get them?
Turn the audio off.
How do you upload them?
It goes right to your Snapchat when you're done.
So it Bluetooths to your Snapchat?
What if you don't want to write to your Snapchat? But no, it's Bluetooth to your phone.
Yes.
So you know, okay.
Oh no, it doesn't just go to your story. Whoa, whoa.
I can't believe people still use Snapchat.
That's all. Yeah.
By the way, the only reason I'm
Matching
using,
outdated
the
technology.
only
with
thing
new
that these
technology.
glasses and Snapchat are good for. Snapchat is basically now an app for my glasses, so
Snapchat fucking
it
stinks.
stinks.
Right now.
So all I'm doing on Snapchat is going, oh, there's my video, export, Instagram, later.
It'll be annoying to see
Thanks,
someone
nerds.
pressing a button on their glasses, though.
Yeah, do you think
That's the
Snapchat
only
hates
thing
that the
for
fact that like they're like, yo, we made all this technology, you can upload it to Snapchat.
No
but you're
one
gonna
gives a
export it and you're
shit.
gonna put it on Instagram. Fuck you.
Dude, it's exactly what I mean. Instagram and Facebook were stealing everyone's things, and this is the only one that actually really worked when they stole Instagram. Like they legitimately did just fucking do
Also,
Instagram's thing, and it worked completely.
I'd like to point out right now, Facebook has been grown on the idea of stealing and cheating.
At the beginning, it wasn't.
Facebook
but then
stole
after.
the idea for Facebook. They stole
What was the original
Instagram.
idea for Facebook?
No,
Like
well,
Harvard
the-
dating app, like Harvard dating site.
They stole that.
Yeah,
Well,
the
you don't know the
concept.
story?
But he, in my opinion, the concept was really a dating app for people down the campus of Harvard.
I was I was in college
You're
when
mistaken.
Facebook came out.
You're mistaken. He broke up with his girlfriend. I'm literally just going off the movie, by the way, guys.
That's what I'm telling you.
Let me
I saw the
finish.
movie.
I'm telling you, you're wrong. You're goddamn mistaken.
All right.
He breaks up with his girlfriend, and then he's drunk, and he makes the dating website where they're clicking through faces, and then the Winklevoss twins come up to him and say, "Hey, we have Harvard Connection. It's an idea of like a network that people can see each other on campus and link up." He just did the dating thing, and he was like, "Well, people." Really, like, because it blew up. The dating website blew
Dude,
up.
I remember
And he
when-
goes, people love pussy. How do I combine their thing and my thing with pussy and make it one? He's like, I can do that. Then Facebook comes up. He squeezes the Winklevosses out. They buy Instagram. They steal Snapchat.
I like how you call them Winkle bosses.
The Winklevosses.
Winklevosses.
That's their name, though.
No, it is.
Winklevoss.
Yeah, Winklevoss.
But the Winklevosses.
Army Hammer.
He's so dyslexic, dude.
Dude, they're trying to steal TikTok right now, and I don't know. It's kind of working, I guess. But
Who's trying to steal
Who's
Did
trying
you
to
also
steal
get the
China?
notification that's like,
Instagram.
we'll pay you
Oh, yeah,
$1,200?
The what?
Did you also get the notification on Instagram that said,
yeah,
we'll
but it
pay
didn't
you?
work when I tried to sign up.
Dude, mine either.
Right?
Yeah.
I tried to sign up 3 times. I got the end of the thing, and it goes. So
Yeah.
there's like I put my bank
Not
info,
just
and
me.
it goes. Yeah, it didn't work, and then I tried again like a month later, and I was like, well, stop showing it to me.
Yeah. Every like other time I log into Instagram, it gives me a notification. It's like, hey, by the way, we'll give you $1,200 in incentives if you upload enough reels that reach this quota of views.
It's total bullshit, and
It
Facebook
is bullshit. It's
demonetized
bullshit.
me as well.
Really?
Yeah,
They demonetized you
yeah.
because of the content.
What video was the tipping point?
I don't know all of them. I don't know. They're pretty bad.
They're not that bad.
Really, to me, TikTok's the worst for like.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Typically,
What do you think is
YouTube's
your
the
most
best.
controversial video? What's like the video you say, you know what? That's the one that might come back to bite me in the ass. Not to put it out there.
Those
really.
are deleted.
Those are the ones in my hidden folder on my phone.
It could be like we were talking
Yeah.
before, though, because you're not making like a definitive like angle on anything. You're not like, I'm a
That's what I'm
Democrat
saying.
in this video. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
they're like,
It's also like you're not trying to sign with a network.
It
right
also
now.
changes too. Like there's certain things where you're like, you'll say a joke that fucking doesn't feel that wild. Then like 3 months later or 3 years later, you're just like, fuck that. I remember, dude. Okay, so when I was doing this,
I get that.
I used to do this TV show called Ryan Long's Challenge. That like, I remember one of the things we did
Wait,
was
Ryan Long is challenged?
Yeah, that was
by
the
the
name
way.
of it.
By the way, I had a show I was starting in like Florida called like Dildo Goes or some shit like that, and I was like,
Okay.
they just seemed like both names that like we're just like Ryan Long is challenged, and I was like, we're cut from the same cloth.
Hell yeah,
boys.
Dildo Goes is good. But I did a thing where I was like, hey, I was gonna get like a surgery. I was wanting to help women, so I was like gonna become a woman, and then I went to like a doctor about getting my like dick cut off and all this stuff. And like at the time, this was like 7-8 years ago, and it was so not fucking. It was like not at all controversial.
Right,
And
right.
I was saying stuff to the doctor. I was like, you know, hey, would you mind putting my balls in my boobs when I'm done? Like shit like that. And I remember one, he was like, oh, so something about a guy turning into a girl. And he was like, well, what do you call a girl that turns into a guy and makes a penis? And I was like, gross. Like, like it was just, but honestly, at the time, as far as segments go, like this was on television.
Yeah.
It was like nothing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Canadian and it was like, now that
Now
would
you
be,
would get banned from the
that would
country.
get kicked off of
Yeah.
every. That's why it's like Ali G and those people, like Sacha Baron
Love that
Cohen.
guy, bro.
He's the fucking best, but he's like
Now,
doing these
recent,
like
not so
things
much
right
lately.
now where he's like telling people, you know, they need more censorship and stuff. And it's like,
getting
dude,
lefty as
everything
fuck,
you
bro.
did would be deleted from.
Yeah, from the
everything.
internet.
Dude, you think throw the Jew down a well like would fly on
Every-
fucking any of these platforms
Yeah,
right now?
yeah.
It was like the funniest fucking video ever. But
Wait,
to be-
Sacha
to be
Baron Cohen
fair,
is
he is
fighting
Jewish.
for what?
what?
He's
is
fighting for
censorship?
like more censorship, bro. He's on some like very.
How does that
left.
even make sense?
I don't know.
Censorship.
It's just like he's
Yeah.
just trying to fucking.
He's
pander,
just
I
like a
guess.
Hollywood. I think he's
Yeah,
just
he's
like
getting very more
I
Hollywood.
think he believes that he's like a Hollywood dude, and he was like, "Well, yeah, we should get rid of like racism." And you're like, "It's a little more like complicated than that."
Yeah, but all his shit was like him like parodying like I don't want to say necessary like. But you get what you saw the shit like the sweatpants and the I'm Ali G like acting like he was like a hip hop dude or something like
Yeah.
that, and he was making fun of a lot of shit. But it was just like, bro, that was
Well,
that
some
was
people think it's racist when he was making fun of Kazakhstan or whatever.
Yeah,
Kazakhstan, like you
but
know,
it's
like
just like you
They
can't-
certainly hated it.
yeah, they
but-
did not like that.
but you can't go from that to like saying that you should.
They actually
censor
leaned into it
people.
after the second movie. I don't know if you saw that. The first movie, they were like, we hate him. We denounce all of this. And then the second movie, they were like,
Really?
Just in case you want to do some vacation, guys. Kazakhstan is a thing.
Oh,
I
they
swear to
tried
God.
to be a tourist and
No,
thing?
I swear on my life. After Borat 2, I started seeing ads. I was like, hey, by the way, guys, Kazakhstan's a real place.
They did a you can't beat him, join him thing?
Yeah,
Jesus
literally.
Christ,
The
wow.
home of Borat!
They build the house and everything.
That's
They lean into
hilarious.
it. This cardboard cut. There's Borat Town.
Oh, fuck. He
It's
was
like-
still the best. I mean,
was
that
though.
show
He
was
was
so
good,
fucking
man.
funny.
Yeah. No, it's actually one thing that I think maybe it was you guys or someone else. They were talking about The Amazing Racist with Ari.
Yeah, all
And
right.
I was just like-
I don't know if I was talking about.
I was like, I don't know if I can get behind that. Like, especially now. Like, obviously now, but like,
But again, like
there's
it,
moments you're like, Jesus,
seems different
fucking
now.
Christ.
It seems
does.
different.
things
I
are
don't know
always
why.
different outside their like moment, you know?
Yeah.
Even like, dude, I used to think about Andrew Dice Clay, like when it first, you know, how, like Andrew Dice Clay was all like, fucking women, fucking.
Yeah.
At the time when I was
Young
starting-
Ryan's like,
no, I hated
No,
it.
you were like, it was
Oh,
aggressive
really?
probably.
I
Yeah,
just
too
thought
much
it
for
was
your
like
ears.
corny. Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It felt just like,
His gloves. His
it just felt
fucking-
stupid to me.
yeah.
Like I didn't get it.
Don't shit on
And
gloves.
then when like things kind of in the 90s when like recently things got very like fuck men.
Yeah.
And then I like kind of got it.
Understand this. Yeah.
Yeah, like kind of got the context. It was like, oh, I got like how much he wasn't supposed to do this.
Yeah.
Whereas, and I was living in the 90s where it was like, this is pretty like, if Dane Cook was big, it's like, you could totally do this. It would just be an eye roll, but you wouldn't get in trouble.
Right.
But at the time, it was like you were getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And everyone was getting mad at you. To me, I had like those context things.
I'm
like,
telling you, I
matter.
want comedy to go back to like being underground. I don't want.
I just want to
like,
go back to Mad TV.
It a
bro.
little bit is though, don't you
It
think?
is, but no, but I'm saying like with like it is, but I'm saying like. I don't want there to be a Broadway comedy club. I don't want there to be people selling tickets.
Insane,
You heard
bro.
it here first.
I don't want it down. Shut it down.
What is wrong with this kid?
LOL. Over. Listen, wouldn't you like the people that should be selling? Remember that one time we were walking and you saw that dude dressed up and you were like, oh, he knows where the party is, but he was just selling some stupid theater play.
Yeah.
That's what comedy should be like. Where you should walk by, you see a dude, some sketchy dude, and he's just like, well, what's up? You selling drugs? Like, oh, I got comedy.
That is the village.
Yeah, it kind of is the village for real. Yeah.
You're right, comedy's back.
That
You're
all
right.
sounds
you know what,
good.
Ryan?
It's-
You're right. Comedy's back. Comedy's back.
The fucking village.
Comedy's
It is
funny,
very
guys.
underground. I mean, I don't know. All the biggest people aren't like working.
I just
in
want
show
there to be
business.
like comedy should be like a village underground, you know? Like
It sounds good.
comedy should be done in the cellar.
Okay.
Man, you're-
Comedy should be done in a cellar in like the village
For
underground.
example,
For
something
example,
like that.
you know,
Yeah.
like the village
But I mean, if what's that guy's name that you just talked
I
about
got
that's
there.
selling out an arena?
Sebastian.
Sebastian. I'm pretty sure like a comedian that successful would disagree that comedy should, because even if you're like, even though it's
fuck
not
that.
mainstream.
Again, he's
that's
not
what I'm saying. You got to
Here's
be,
the thing.
but you just have to build a large audience to sell out a fucking arena. You know, Madison Square Garden is
Oh, with him, you go, how
just
many
have to.
Italians are there in the world? So, okay.
and they're all in Long Island, in Staten Island.
Well, yeah, okay, so they're all coming.
Yeah.
How many is that?
For
You know what,
sure.
I'm working off of boys.
Yeah.
I gotta find boys.
Russell Peters was like that too, where it's just like,
insane.
dude, where I'm from,
Crazy
it's like
tour.
he showed you go, how many people came? It's like, I don't know, all of the brown people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
single Indian person
Quite-
is
you know
at
who's
the
also
show
like that?
right now.
Know who's also like that? Trevor Noah. Dude,
Really?
I've dated multiple chicks who have just
Yeah,
been like,
chicks love Trevor.
dude, my chicks love Trevor Noah, and it's infuriating.
He's a good-looking guy. He's a good-looking,
Yeah,
funny guy.
Actually, the only one who hates him is Kerryn, and it's fucking
But see,
I'm
that's
sure Kerryn didn't
that's-
want that out there.
not hates him. But I'm saying, I'm just gonna say that. No, listen, I think there's just times you're like watching. I'm like, we'll be sitting there watching South Park, and then Trevor Noah's fucking show will come on. I'm like, dude, throw on the rerun.
But you're talking about specifically the Daily Show though, because his stand up
Oh, it was
is
extra crazy when he was like doing
You're
it.
right. You are right.
yeah, his
you're right.
Daily
I'm talking
Show
about the Daily
shit. I don't like it. I
just
don't
don't
care
like the
for it at
no,
all.
You're right.
I don't care
it's
for
not
it
that
at all.
it's not that I don't like Trevor
Funny
Noah. I
stand-up
mean more
guy,
like
but, yeah.
every chick who's been like, dude, the Daily Show, I never miss it every week. What?
Yeah,
Like,
I
that's
don't-
crazy. I mean, well,
The Daily
I mean, I gotta
Show?
be honest with you,
That's
they're
crazy.
fucking lying because the viewership on that show,
Is
like they release
mad.
them all, it's like
Nothing.
250K like an episode.
Damn.
I thought
It's like
you,
extremely
you
low.
could have just told me 250.
Those
I
are
would
just
have
like
believed
li-
it. I don't know who's watching the Daily.
I
I'm-
don't
the-
know, bro.
It's low.
I
By the
really
way,
don't
though,
know.
TV doesn't know numbers.
I have an
like that.
ex
Yeah, they
girlfriend
do.
that used to love
Do
that
they?
shit.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, they fuck
YouTube
what?
does. Like in
Yeah,
a
well,
sense.
it's
The
more of like a
executives
guess.
know. Yeah, the people in
Yeah.
the program know. They tell Trevor.
Well,
like,
they know
viewership
some. They know
is- yeah.
streaming. They know like the streaming numbers, but the other ones, like, do they have? You don't know the box thing, so they basically like.
yeah. I know. Like, they put like boxes in.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called here,
Nielsen.
but what?
Nielsen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
the
so
Nielsen
that's what
box.
it's called.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought
yeah.
it might have been something different in America, but yeah, they have all that shit, and then obviously, you know, some places actually have like the streaming numbers depending on where you're watching. You know, Trevor Noah's
Yeah, that's
show.
true.
Like,
Yeah,
if you're
they
wa-
were They were taking numbers way before the internet existed.
Yeah, of
no,
course.
but I mean more
They have
like even with the
charts.
Nielsen box, like
Yeah, it's like a guess.
that's
but-
an estimate. If you're on YouTube, that's not an estimate. If you're on YouTube, if you have HBO numbers, that's not an estimate. That is a whole like Netflix.
Dude, 250K is tough for a fucking big push
and
like
we're
that where you make
spelling
50
millions
million
of
a
That's
year.
what I'm trying to say is,
Yeah.
I bet you 60K of that is also just like maybe someone just having it on the TV. Like,
Fuck yeah.
You know what I'm
Not
trying
in
to
a bar.
like 250 is not 250. It's like
Yeah, dude.
75,000 that are actually like Daily Show.
Dude, some fucking mother in the Upper West Side's making dinner while the Daily Show's on.
Exactly.
It's definitely Upper West Side audience. And Trevor
Upper
Noah,
West Side chicks, 50-year-olds love that
yeah,
shit.
they love
dude.
that shit. Trevor Noah, what a nice young
Yo,
boy.
West Elm and Trevor Noah go together so well.
But yeah.
Walking through West Elm, like, can't wait for the Daily Show later. Like,
And the funny thing
800
is,
for a sofa?
I feel like he doesn't give a fuck about the views as long as they're paying him $10 million a year or something like that.
I mean, yeah, he's getting the nutty contract.
Yeah.
What a dumb thing to
insane.
say. You know, he doesn't care because he's getting paid a lot of money. Yeah, no shit. You could pay me. I don't care if the Daily Show has 3 listeners right now. Pay me any money. I'll do it right now. I'll do the Daily Show tomorrow.
He might care.
Yeah.
He might not be jazzed that his show is the
No,
lowest
that's what I'm
rating of
saying.
any
Like,
late
but
night
it's
show.
like
He
he's
wakes
gonna-
up every day. He's like, no, I could do this. This is okay.
Yeah.
He might not be
These are okay.
jazzed that he got fucking demoed by Gutfield. Like, I don't know.
Exactly.
But have you seen the Daily Show? We actually talked about this I think, last week on the Daily Show. I don't know why. I just don't
I
like
don't
the
really
show.
watch any late
It just
night shows.
infuriates
Only
me.
clips.
Dude, he's talking to. I said this last week. He's talking to nobody. There's no audience. Dude,
not even
COVID's
nice.
over.
What he's
It's
saying
fake.
is-
COVID's fake. No, COVID's over. There's invite 25 fucking people.
That's crazy.
There's nobody in the audience, Ryan. And then the only time
Why?
the only time you hear
Why though? Is it
COVID-
like because
COVID-
everyone else has audiences
restrictions.
now?
Because it's a
no, it's
What
not.
COVID restrictions?
What?
It's a
There's-
left-wing show. Like,
We all
you
do.
know it's
We all
pandering.
do comedy.
Exactly. It's a
It's a
left-wing show.
left-wing show. They're
You know the
pandering.
only
But what do you
left-
mean restrictions by them?
Yes.
Yo, bro.
They-
You know the-
SNL has an
You know
audience.
what's crazy? You know what's
Exactly.
happening in my building right now? Fucking people are starting to wear masks in my building.
Again?
now. Yeah. And I'm like, it starts with the old people, and then next thing you
Yup.
know, old people go like, everybody here needs to wear a
'cause
mask.
I'm worried
now.
about
Next
my
thing you know,
health.
you're getting yelled at on the subway.
Yup.
Dude, and the only time you hear it's so creepy. The only time you ever hear laughter is from like a random producer. Like he'll say a line and he'll like hit it, wait for it, and you just hear like
I mean, that's why. That's got to be why the
it's like
numbers.
Family
are low.
Guy. Like
That's
it's
Our
like,
jokes are good, aren't they?
also like
wow,
what
that's
a
tough watch.
Also, like, even as a comedian,
It's like when they take the laugh track out of fucking
Yes.
sitcoms is what you're
Yeah.
watching.
exactly. And also you're like damn like
Special. Or it's
I think
stand-up
Trevor
special.
Noah. I've seen the
Or
clips
stand-up
of when he's talking to the audience. They put out clips of like him talking to the audience in between shows, like during
yeah.
the commercials. He'll just be like, "Well,
He's doing his
say
own.
something."
He's doing his own.
That's better than the Daily Show.
Wait, hold on. Is he doing his own like warm up? Like he's warming them up himself? He doesn't have a warm up guy?
I'm assuming the network and stuff have a warm-up guy.
No, they have a warm-up guy.
In between bits, like, hey, let's say he just did a segment, right?
Yeah.
And then everyone's setting up and moving, and he's just sitting there. There's dead air.
Yeah.
He'll just sit there, and he'll go, give me a question. Let's talk about something. Like, how do you feel about, like, Trump just said this? That's
How do you know
kinda
this?
crazy. They put out clips of, like, in between, and it's just, but I'm telling you.
This guy says he doesn't watch the Daily
Yeah,
Show.
I was about to say.
He's watching the B-roll that you got to pay for.
You watch
It
more.
comes up on my Facebook feed.
You watch it more than everyone here, dude.
I'm watching
Ever
the
since you got
behind the
blackballed from
scenes.
Facebook, I get Trevor Noah. It's just as your fault.
Jesus
I used to watch
Christ.
all your
Hey
all
Ryan,
your sketches.
do they you think they're getting
Who's
for these
they?
specials? For these specials.
3 brackets they?
For these specials.
There's one here.
You think they're getting like hey laughter signs on top for the audience to see?
They do on those things. And specials, I don't know if there's that many that do that.
Because I've seen a few specials
I just
like
call
why
you
do they laugh?
Jewish.
Oh, you just...
I just got it. Just got it.
I don't think I called you Jews. I pointed out that you were.
I didn't really say it. I just more refer to it.
Yeah.
No, but I do see those clips.
Laughter for a special's nuts, but...
I think I've seen that in a few specials. I'm not gonna say the names.
No, say the names.
Well, no, they don't need to do that. They can just add laughter.
Yeah, and the editing, right?
Yeah.
Post-editing,
because I've seen people like
They just, dude, the best is there's
you
this
add
show
laughter?
called Frank D'Angelo's Show. I'll tell you one second. But there's,
Okay, yeah.
there's this show called Frank D'Angelo's Show in Canada we used to always watch. It's phenomenal. And they would have these crazy laugh tracks. So they'd cut to the audience. They would be stoned face. And you'd hear like, ah! And the clapping. And no one's move. It's my
But that was the
favorite.
gag in the show, though. Right?
No.
it wasn't. Wow.
No.
Wow, that's crazy.
It was
That's crazy.
insane.
Oh, I thought it was some
Like,
Eric
it would-
Andre shit.
Yeah.
No, because he would do like 4 a night, so it was like an oversight essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it was just someone who's not doing their job that good,
drunk
but there was like
editor,
a couple
That's
moments.
the same thing with these specials. Who's adding the laugh tracks, they're doing it. in
By the
other
way,
places.
So I wouldn't add laughter, but I would I'd change between different jokes in different specials.
Also, I know we're in the
Like I did I just recorded 3 sets, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not using all the one set all the way through.
Right.
Yeah, that's
But like that's because they'll be like,
fine.
oh, this part didn't do that good, so I take it from the other one. But
Right.
so
That's
you're kind
fine,
of
But you're not like
doctoring it.
Hannah Gatsby adding tracks because there got to be some laugh tracks.
No,
in that
but some
shit, right?
specials they do. I don't really think it's that unethical. Like some specials do. They go after we finish. They go, hey, can we get like 2 or 3 laughs? And like sometimes there's just a part that like wasn't smooth, and you need like you're cutting something, and you're like, hey, I'm cutting this part out. And then it wouldn't go to silence. I need laughter to fucking smooth this out. Like I don't know. There is.
I was watching a
parts
special.
where it's not.
I do get that.
You
Yeah,
ever
it
seen You
just kinda is
People Are
what
All
it
the
is.
Same? You People Are All the Same by Bill Burr. You ever seen that special?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it probably
That's-
my. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of a different one.
That's one of my favorite specials to watch. And then I watched it.
I was thinking of Why I Do This. Never mind.
Why This is great too. But like I saw this special and I was watching it just as a comic, looking at it, I'm like, oh shit. It almost felt like he was bombing. Like,
Yeah,
because they were like really
He
pulling
has a
back.
few that like he. I think he.
I
likes
thought it was
that.
hilarious. I thought it was fucking great. But when I rewatch it, I'm like, I don't hear the laughter as much as I thought.
I think he likes that.
I think so, too.
Because he did the same thing
does
in
like that.
Nashville, and it was like kind of a tough crowd. And I think he like.
I think he does like that.
I mean, I don't know.
But
I'm fucking-
I think it's a part of his allure. It's Bill Burr. You almost know Bill Burr now as the guy who can take on any crowd. So if you were like watching a special, you're like, oh, he's fighting for it.
I
It
know.
almost like looks better on him. Also,
people do like it. Like I have people even on like my stuff that like I'll post like clips, and it's like they almost like make it up for me where they'll be like, oh, that audience like couldn't handle it. Like, oh, the pussy audience.
You're
but
like,
I thought it was
dude,
funny, and I'm like,
they're
I thought it was
laughing.
like killing.
Absolutely.
I could have swore I was murdering.
yeah, I'm like, am I crazy?
Am I not hearing laughter right
This is the top comment. Like, don't listen to that audience. You're hilarious. And I'm like, what? I feel
I
like
wasn't
that-
depressed till I read that.
yeah, it's like they have it in their head that like I'm
Yeah.
the only one that thinks this is
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, yeah.
Right. Yeah. That's so weird.
Also, I don't know who needs to hear. I know we're in the age of like editing and putting out clips and like quick cuts, but like specials need to stop with the like. There's too many cuts. in
Cutting to
specials
the
right now.
audience or-
no,
or
just there's
just
just too many
angles. Yeah,
angles in
yeah.
general. Too many shots in general.
You think so?
I think like that's one thing I'll take from Joe Rogan that I think is a genius thing he said. He goes, specials should be almost shot like you're there. Like, make it simple. make it simplified so you focus on the jokes. It's less of like a TV thing where it's this
You don't like when it keeps cutting to like sliders.
every minute. Like
Like you're talking about like burgers? Or you
No,
talking
like the
about-
shots.
okay,
It's
okay.
like the like the
some specials,
panning camera. Yeah,
some newer
trains and shit.
some newer specials are
that's
too
the dumbest
movie.
shit I've
They're
ever
too
seen.
movie. They're moving.
My stuff's pretty movie.
I'll tell you. I don't want to say. I don't
It's
want
also like you have to think though. There's two. Okay, so
to say it on
there's
air.
two
but there's
parts of
a
it.
new special that I thought was just way too.
Yeah,
cutty. Kept taking me out of it.
there's a few, and I actually know what you mean. That there's some that I know. I already knew before you said it, but
Nat, you better fucking double check that audio. Take the
one-
timestamp.
no one-
I didn't hear a thing.
Good.
I know I do know that, but like it didn't matter that much. But also
Did not matter.
There is something else, like when things are going on TikTok and all the clips and stuff. When you just have like one camera the whole time, it does feel like it moves slow now. So it's like you do have to like kind of take this
For
into
the-
fucking
yeah, for
consideration.
the
That's what I'm
ADD,
saying.
yeah,
if you
yeah.
clip that special for TikTok, for Instagram,
It
that
works better.
It's beautiful.
I
But I'm saying
know.
save that
It's a
edit.
balance.
Save that edit for the.
You're gonna
the
do
clips.
2 edits?
Don't, bro.
I guess you could.
Also, by the way, the whole time I'm doing this, he's like, I have to do 2 edits now. Like,
Right.
wait, so like,
Brian's like, damn.
so wait. I mean, my shit's kind of choppy. So wait,
push
so
this
you would
shit
want
back.
somebody to do 2 edits for their?
You know what? On my last special, I edited and I did do a little bit 2 edits, and one of the reasons was because you'd edit it a certain way, and then I put subtitles on, and I would want my cuts to change when the subtitles changed, so I would move my cuts around.
Interesting.
And but that's because I was doing everything, including color, so I was able to. But yeah, if you're, I don't know, some things you can't do that with. I'm not gonna do it this time because I'm gonna like.
That's another thing I was talking to Ryan about recently about sketch and like editing. And I was we were just talking about how like you just got someone recently to start doing editing. And
I
even
just
there,
hired someone.
and even then you have to be like, hey, we have to do this
It's impossible. It's one of the hardest things in the world to hire fucking.
Because you're like, you can't edit the way that I see the joke and the rhythm and like the timing.
I mean, yeah, you can't leave someone by themselves to edit your shit. Yeah.
I'm trying, you know.
Thanks.
Yeah,
that's the dream.
But for real, you got to hang over their shoulder and be like, bro, it
But
needs
they
to look
also
like
got to
this
be
from
with
beginning
you.
to end.
Doesn't want to.
Or you don't want to do that.
Well,
Nobody
there's like
wants
so
to.
many components of it. I think for one, you can try to work harder before you know, there's sketches you kind of write and figure it out, and there's sketches where you're like, hey, the edit's figured out before you start,
Right. Yeah,
so
yeah.
you can work a little harder. The other part is like, you basically have to. I think the trick is that I've been learning is maybe telling the editor, be like, hey, I'll be way happier for all the things you try than all the things you don't try. So it's like if you give me 6 things and I'm like stupid, and you're like, that's kind of cool. You're like, all right, I got a cool thing from this guy.
one cool thing.
Yeah, that I maybe wouldn't have thought
I will
of.
say, I think a lot of people just in life in general miss that because when I started working here, like, even with Lewis is intimidating, but when I worked on rap, I would have 7 ideas in the log. So it's just shoot, dumb.
That's kind of cool. Yeah.
And then like you just like when I remember one day where they were doing a dumb like the Intern Olympics and we're just in there shooting names and he goes, I don't like any of the names, and then he got on air and Dave Smith goes, we should call it this, and he's like, it's funny Dylan said that and I call it stupid, but yeah, we should name it that. And I was like, that's like just the idea of like just don't have one idea, don't have 2, have 7. That's how the Simpsons.
Well, that's
came
what
about.
you're kind of hired for. Yeah, when they just do the thing, you're like, well, yes, obviously that's like the bare minimum is just do it. It's like, like obviously the thing is, if I was doing this, I would probably have come up with like 5 cool things, like even if they're music motifs or whatever.
Like where the music stops or
whatever the
adding
fuck it
whatever
is.
the fuck
it's
it
like,
is. Yeah,
it's easier to get rid of stuff the bad stuff than it is to add like magic.
It's also awkward saying to someone like, hey man, can you just like make it?
No, you need people that like
They understand it, yeah.
or have it in them. Like you can't teach that to someone.
I can't teach comedic editing.
Fuck no, you can't. And you can't teach like good fucking funny ideas. Like, They need to like have that in them.
So what you do is there's 2 people that you say both sides suck, and then you write a sketch, you put on a wig, you put subtitles that are red or yellow. Pick one
All
for
right,
this week.
let me give you a comedy course. First things first. Do you have a shirt guy?
You have a video guy. You're there. You're almost there. Oh, I was gonna say this earlier, and that's what I forgot. Can you do me a favor this week or coming up? You need to make a video of Ryan Long interrupting people asking questions while they're on the phone. I want a compilation of just that.
That's like fucking.
That's the only thing I want from you now.
That's like OG like internet YouTube
Dude,
fucking bugging
when you
people
that one lady, she's on the phone and he's like, "What questions do you ask?"
Which one? I don't know.
The old lady, she's like on the phone. You're like, "Hey, she's like, I'm on the phone." You're like, "Yeah, okay." Ask them if they.
I asked if having sex with a man's gay.
And then he goes, and she goes, "I'm on the phone." And he goes, oh, "Okay, cool. Ask them if they think having sex with a man is gay." And she goes, "I'm on the phone." And you just watch this lady like not
trying to process what's going on.
It's the funniest watching people
because it
like,
comes off like he has no self-awareness of what he's doing.
Yeah,
It's
that's why
good.
I-
It's good.
That's my favorite thing about you.
Yeah, it's like
Well, that's
man
the
in the
like.
street shit.
It's the same thing that like a fucking stupid like looking like blonde bimbo girl can like do, where everyone's like she can like trick dudes into lots of stuff because everyone thinks she's so dumb.
Yeah.
Where it's like you kind of people are like, oh, this guy's a moron, and then and you're like, they're like, this guy's actually like really really stupid. And you're like, no, I'm just really stupid. I'm a little smarter than you thought I was, which allows me to mess with you.
so I can get through this. That's funny.
That is a fucking that's like.
How often
such
are
a-
you filming these man in the street shits?
I was doing about 1 a week, but it probably ends up to maybe 2 to 3 a week. Or sorry, a month.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, you're like, yeah, 1 a week, but then I bumped it up to like 4.
I do 4 sketches a month, and then I was doing 2 to 4 street interviews.
You've been doing 4 sketches,
I mean, that's a
sketches
sketch
a
every
month for
week,
how long?
Pretty much, right?
For like almost 2 years.
Jesus Christ.
You auditioned for SNL yet?
No, I don't. I think I've burned like my
bridge?
chance to do any of that. I mean, dude, I'd be fired. And, like I've said the same shit that like Shayne's has or whatever. Like,
Yeah, I know
dude,
what
if I
you
got
mean.
that gig, I'd be fired immediately.
You really think so?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Also, at this point, I don't know if it's worth for him to do it anyway. No, you know,
I mean, all I need to
money-wise,
find is my like
yeah.
segments about making fun of SNL. Like, I don't,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. It's just like I
By the
feel
way-
like I took the thing where you go, hey, I'm going to be like a fucking wild internet dude. And
Right.
it's Like,
By the way-
you're
Yeah,
missing
yeah.
out on opportunities.
The
but
day
so-
SNL rehires a whole, like not rehires a whole cast, but like people like Ryan, and then you just SNL is going to take the risk soon of hiring 5 comedians.
The truth is,
that
though,
will make fun of SNL's past 7 years.
One thing
if they do that, SNL will go back, can almost slowly revert itself back to in the public.
They had some
Imagine if you were
self-aware
on there
jokes.
making sketches about how the last 7 years
I'm gonna
sucked.
say this and this one of the things that they fucking missed it for so long. It's like, dude, like I make more money than like SNL cast members. Like, you know what I mean?
Funny.
Holy shit.
That's
It's
what I'm
like,
saying. It's not
and I'm
worth
36. Like I don't want a full-time job at fucking
Yeah.
Midtown.
How much does an SNL cast member make?
$10,000 a week. Starting
There's
out.
like it depends on who.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying all of them. But like first
not-
year,
not-
like
not-
writers or something like that. You think writers at SNL are making 300? Like how much do you think they're making?
If you're Michael Shea, you're definitely making.
No,
I'm not saying
not
Shea.
Shea,
Oh,
not
yeah,
Shea.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying like
I'm gonna say $5,000 a week.
You're a first year writer on
who
SNL.
knows?
Maybe.
I heard it was.
first-
I heard it was
I think that
10
some of
grand.
those people could clear a couple $100,000, like
Yeah.
being writers early, like
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah.
it's not like crazy money. So it's like you're saying me, but it's like I bet you all the people that you would think of, like some of those people are fucking making millions of dollars a year now. It's like they missed it.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah,
they need to do it on the next round or whatever. But it's unlikely because that's why even when they were hiring the new thing, people were like, oh, look, SNL is like another boring white guy. And it was like, well, yeah, because if they hire a white guy that isn't boring, like he's fired immediately.
Yeah.
Like another
understand that, bro.
yo, it's so funny watching like the public hate what they're being given, but it's like this is what you guys asked for. It's like asking for. Dude,
I don't.
we don't want anyone controversial. It's a boring white guy.
It's two sides of that to
course.
me. Like I understand why people think it's boring, but I also feel like a lot of comics hate on SNL like it isn't hard to write that many sketches every week.
course.
Like that shit's hard, bro.
But there's
Like,
a lot of people there. But yeah, of course.
yeah, no,
I
there's a
get
lot of
that,
people,
yeah.
but I'm just saying, like it.
And with all the parameters, even like parameters you don't know about, where
Yeah.
you go with this sketch, you're like, we can't because we have an advertiser.
Exactly.
Like even shit you don't know. That's just
That
like the
shit is
amount
hard,
of,
yeah.
yeah.
That
Of
shit
course.
is
the
hard.
best thing.
No, there's some
recently-
great. Like, dude, Kyle Mooney's like one of the funniest guys in the world.
Yeah,
I just
he's-
wish SNL would get a little self-aware. I want to see them start making fun
I feel
of
like
SNL.
we're wrong
I
to
want to
even
see SNL.
always talk about it. It's like at
I
this
have
point, it's
no
just another
point.
show.
Yeah, yeah, I
Like,
have-
it's just,
yeah, I have
you go,
no
it's just
problem
some
with SNL,
show.
just-
It's like we
we're
don't do
dumb
this with
comics.
anything else. Where it's like it's like in music, like everything being like compared to like the Foo Fighters or some like.
Yeah, you
legacy.
got to move on.
You know,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just like I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're still doing that. That's cool. It's
I'm
like
also
a
just not
machine, but-
successful enough to shit on SNL at all.
And I'm too old for that
Wait.
shit anyway. Like, to me, that's a young guy's game. Well, that's like young. The not successful is when you like can be wilder with that shit.
That is very true. That is very true. That is very true.
SNL
That
is
very
like
true.
Violent J. They're old, past their prime, putting on makeup.
This
Let me tell you
guy,
something.
he doesn't
Violent
give a
J's a
fuck.
wild
yeah,
guy.
it's still, it is.
Dylan's
what it
just
is.
like, fuck it, dude.
From Detroit. And
From Detroit. No, I think SNL is like it's like you said. It's like they're like Kiss still putting on the makeup and it's
Yeah, dude,
like,
it's a corporate job.
are we still doing?
And you know, the first person that once told me like just writing for late nights a corporate job. I remember Colin Quinn once. I had a conversation with him at Laughing Buddha, and he was just like, a lot of people say they want to. I swear to God, and
He was
I had,
serving him drinks, guys.
I
relax.
had, and I wasn't serving anything. I was just,
swear to God, I was there as a person.
I was just doing a mic or whatever, and they said he was upstairs. I had no idea who he was. I'm fucking like 25.
Colin Quinn?
Yeah, 24, 25 at the time. Only person I know is Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle, and fucking Chris Rock and Bill Burr. Like, you know, wild people and
Yeah.
shit like that. And I've seen Colin Quinn's stand up now. It's good, but I'm just saying, he was just telling me like, you know that if you want to write for late night or it's a corporate gig, like you got to get up early, you got to do X, Y, Z. It's not.
It's just a
like-
job,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
a job. It's like it's not this fun thing that you think it is. And when he told me that, I was like, I never really thought about anything on television as corporate, but you know what I mean? It really is, like you said, a fucking job. Like it's
I
a
came
job.
here being like the opposite, where I'm like, dude, I made television for fucking the Canadian government. Like,
Yeah,
I
yeah. Mm-hmm.
was making shows for CBC. It's like I moved here being like, oh, I'm like gonna not do that anymore.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can in America, I could actually like build a following and do my thing, and then I
Yes,
did. It's like the last thing I want to do is like go back
TV.
to having like a fucking
Right.
job.
Yeah, that is true. Even if you're on SNL, you still have a boss.
It's every single thing, but you know, it's
And
it
a
is what it is.
schedule, and it's like not really like your thing that you're building. I don't know. It's just I'm sure some people come out of there and be movie stars, but it's like less frequent now.
No, 100%.
Because it's always the show people talk. As individuals, it doesn't seem like anyone hates them individually. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
Shay is funny, his stand-up is funny.
It depends on the type of person
Yeah,
you are too,
Thompson's
right? Like
there.
some people, it's like if you leave them alone and you go, hey, build your own business, they don't want to do that.
Yeah,
They're like,
yeah, yeah.
just tell me where to go and I can go be funny and do the thing, right?
And that works for some people.
Yeah, it
that
just depends
work.
on your
That works for some people.
personality, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck SNL. You guys are right. SNL stinks.
I always just be like, yeah, people are always getting mad. It's like, why? Like people will be like, this new SNL sucks in a part of me. It's like, why are you watching this? It's like,
Because they kind of want to be on it a little bit. And because most comics would take that job in a heartbeat. Even
That
the ones
Kim
shitting on
Kardashian
it, bro.
monologue was the best thing they've put out in years.
That was good.
because
That
it was
really good.
just Kim
That's not true.
Kardashian
That's
being
not true.
self-aware.
That's
Yes,
not
it
true.
is.
No, it's not. Chappelle was on
The
there. He
hot
killed
titties.
it. Louis C.K. was on there and killed that monologue. Like,
But
SNL has
you need
moments.
the absolute, you need the objective,
SNL,
fuck
SNL
that.
has moments. What are you talking about, bro?
Kim Kardashian
Listen,
is the
does
most
it suck?
revolutionary thing to
Sometimes,
SNL since Eddie Murphy.
What did she
Tell
do?
him, Dylan.
Kim Kardashian was the most revolutionary thing to SNL since
Christ,
Eddie
bro.
What
Murphy.
did she do?
She just let them say
monologue.
whatever they wanted. Like, so, like, obviously she didn't write the fucking monologue, but every joke that you could ever think of for Kim Kardashian was said that night. Like, you could tell they were like, okay, what's the things you don't want us to say?
And then we'll kind of
And
roast you and it'll make us make you more endearing.
We're gonna roast
it
you,
was
and we're gonna
very
bring up how
self-aware.
the sex say. We're gonna bring up everything. But you could tell that she was like, say it all of it. They were like, okay, what don't you want to say? She's like, no, say it all.
And you thought that episode was really good?
I think her monologue was good because she didn't miss a beat. Kim Kardashian didn't miss, like, the writers didn't miss a beat of, like, any controversy. Her dating Kanye, her having kids, her having on a sex tape, her being called that she doesn't have a job, her trying to do police reform, her the way she dresses, the way they said a joke for everything. And that was, like, to me, really impressive. Like, to think, like, it was literally a
You're
mini
impressed- you're-
Comedy Central roast.
You're impressed because like she allowed it to happen.
and there was like a
allowed them
and
to
there was
go,
like a
yes.
relevance to it, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
They had nothing to do with politics for the most part.
You could tell that, like, I'm just saying. I mean, for the most part, I
Kanye's
swear
mental state,
she
things like that.
must have said to them, like, you can literally.
How many
say
times have you
whatever.
seen SNL? I know it's not as many times as you've seen Noah. So how many times
Noah?
have you Noah, whatever his name is, on Comedy Central?
Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah. No, they're about the same.
Yep.
Those are okay. Trevor Noah, the behind the scenes thing were just clips that would pop up during like quarantine in the beginning. I'd be on Facebook and he'd just be
I remember
Trevor
that.
Noah.
I've seen more episodes
the
of Matt
Mass.
TV
Am I
than anything
right?
else.
I think again, SNL is another thing. I'll hear a sketch and you'll go, let me go watch that, and you just YouTube search it. No one's
Yeah.
who the fuck is just
You gotta be 50.
my weekly SNL. Gotta get my weekly SNL in.
I'll tell you what I do pay attention to, like all of that, like kind of corporate machine stuff, where you go, if they start talking about something, like don't talk about it anymore.
Oh, agreed.
Like even like a type of comedy, like even like a take. If you're like, you know, there's like, because they're always those machines are always going to be like, you're going to get in trouble for the thing, and then once they're saying it, it's like okay to say now.
Yeah.
And that's how you end up being the thing where you pretend you think you're saying, you're like, oh, I can't say this, and everyone's like, what? That's a pretty reasonable like mainstream opinion. So it's like I kind of just like the same with music, right? If you be like, oh, if it's like all the songs on the radio are this, like you can't be like the new guy with that because you're like it's over.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So SNL sucks.
Jesus Christ. bro.
Insane Clown Posse are
gonna see this shit.
old.
Well, I mean,
Kiss-
I like Insane
Kiss is
Clown
gays.
Posse, and I'm not kidding.
Violent
They
J.
have those two guys on SNL. They were like three. I think it's three guys they just hired that are like this little squad that are making these like funny little like fucking.
The Rolling Islands back.
They're kind of like that. They're making their own independent shorts that are kind of part of it. Yeah,
There are some YouTube guys I think that
that's
did
what
just
it
get
is.
signed to.
They always sign these like
You know
little
what?
funny troops.
Someone did say something that they saw an SNL sketch. I think it was Dave Temple. Dave Temple said, he goes, I saw an SNL sketch and you can tell they shot it like the YouTube kids are. Like how it's
Yeah,
like,
well,
even,
that's
like,
what Kyle
even how
Murphy
like
was
your
doing
sketches
some
are
of
shot
that
where it's
stuff
like
too,
it's a
yeah.
little bit like, hey guys,
They move the cameras a little
Stop shooting
faster.
this like it's fucking 1950. Like
Yeah.
we could play with it a little bit. So I think they've been shooting it more like a fucking sketch, like an
Yeah.
online sketch versus other bullshit. Guys,
Matt
let's wrap it
TV
up.
Needs to come back.
DC, tell me where to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at DC Does It, and that's it.
Kevin Sanchez.
You already know. I said it before.
you know.
You know it.
They don't know it. It's
This is
at
doped up
Kevin
and
San-
this is doped up and down.
Y'all
This
already
Sunday
know what it
morning
is,
smoke
you know
shop.
what I
And
mean?
it says,
I don't know why I'm even telling you.
Yeah.
Y'all
Boys.
know
Nah,
it is what
boys.
it is.
Subscribe, comment, like, send to a friend.
I'm mad that you didn't do an episode with my sticky notes on your table.
Yeah,
That's some
sticky notes
bullshit.
are pretty funny.
I went to his studio when he wasn't there, and I made
Pretty
a-
funny gag.
I just put a bunch of sticky notes saying a bunch of different things. It was like, those aren't sketches. Ryan Long actually believes those things.
But then the funny part
A
was
great one.
funny one was look underneath and then it says you're gay. I was like, that's pretty good.
I see him in the scene. He goes, "You fucking know me."
He knew the cheat
Fucking know
he
me.
knew the cheat codes to get a laugh from me.
Guys, I'm Dylan J. Negri. Ryan Long, thank you so much for coming out this week, dude.
Yeah, you also already know what it is at Ryan.
Ryan, do they already know where to follow? You already said it.
I'm trying to get the Lil Wayne like I can't miss it. I heard his new. He was like he was featuring on some new song, and it was like it was out of control, like how much he was doing it.
Dude, I will say this much: Lil Wayne, when he goes on any other genre of music, and he's like, "I'm gonna do this," like I love Lil Wayne on like a rock song
When he plays
where it's
guitar.
like, and there's Lil Wayne. Wheezy F baby. F is for Phoenicia. I'm like, bro.
The guitar era was great.
Get the fuck off the guitar. It's
They
like
always get into the.
They always do it. That's what P. Diddy did when he started making fucking.
Did he did it?
He did it with.
Did he did it?
Yeah, he made
did.
songs.
What did
with
he
Katy Perry.
do?
He did.
What
We
did
ain't
he do?
going
Like all
nowhere.
that era.
Ben Stiller was in the
You know what?
music
That shit was
video.
fire, though.
That shit was fire.
He knew how to do it.
I
Diddy
like
knew
the
how to do
Little
that
Wayne
shit.
like fucking.
I liked it too.
I like it
rock
too. I like the
era.
rock era.
The world up.
He sounds like Kid Rock.
I like Lil Wayne. I think he's sick.
Yeah. Guys, thank you so much for watching Doped Up and Dying, the Sunday Morning Smoke Show.
Thank you, Mr. Ryan Law, baby.
Boys, we'll see you next week.
Boys.
Yeah.
From the depths of the sea, back to the block, Snoop Doggy Dogg, funky, yes, the